Right? You're asking.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Like when it comes up to it, I'm pretty forgetful.
Did you guys
the memory
see?
of a goldfish?
Yeah.
As well.
We share the goldfish memory.
But no, yeah, I played a lot of video games and a lot of a specific new game that I haven't played. So I'll tell you a little more about that
exciting.
later.
Yeah, that's exciting. That's
Been having a
exciting.
lot
You're
of
playing
fun with
something other than Elden Ring?
Yeah, man.
Loser. No,
I had to
just
take a
kidding.
break from getting my ass kicked, so you know.
No, but
did you guys see that they focused the James Webb Space Telescope finally
Yes,
and got
dude.
the first picture from like just the tester picture?
yeah, it's not like anything crazy looking.
No, but there's like hella galaxies and stuff just visible, and they weren't even trying to get a picture of them. They're just trying to take a picture of the star to like get the cameras aligned. So
look, Brent,
shit's getting
if there's
real,
not
bro.
aliens in this picture, I don't care.
How do you know there's not?
I can almost guarantee you that
That's a
there
good-
are
that's a good point.
aliens in that picture.
Yeah, at least one alien civilization is in that picture. We
Yeah.
just can't see it
Yeah.
because there's like so
The
many
light
galaxies.
hasn't made it to us yet. Yeah.
No, not even that. It's just like you see all the galaxies in that picture, and inside of the galaxies,
Well, yeah. Well,
like
I'm saying
how many solar
could-
systems
they could
with
be
how
there
many
now.
planets, and like
Yeah. See, Jamel's picking up when I'm.
Well, no,
putting
but
down
I'm
here.
saying they could be there now, but that light is so old that we're seeing through the telescope. That light is like millions.
Oh,
of light
yeah, of
years.
course.
I'm saying like there could be a civilization there now that we can't see in the light that we're receiving now.
no, of course, but I'm saying like because
No, yeah.
you can't see up close, you wouldn't see it anyways.
No, yeah, I got
like
it.
you're just seeing the galaxy like gases or whatever itself. So like smoky looking shit. So like imagine if you could zoom in even further and you could just like pinpoint the planet, like one specific planet. Oh, dude, you totally see like something from a million years ago where they're just flying around in cars, like the Jetsons. That's exactly what's happening. No, I'm just kidding.
They're looking at us, seeing dinosaurs and shit. Like.
Yeah, like nothing's out there. No, but yeah, that was
I don't know.
exciting.
If we saw some dinosaurs on a different planet,
Oh, hell
we'd
yeah.
be like, oh shit, there's fucking dinosaurs. There's a dinosaur planet. There'd be like 50 movies about
yeah.
it. Like
Interstellar dinosaurs, dude.
Space dinos.
But I mean, that's kind of like Turok, like where they start evolving and like the dinosaurs have guns and shit. Like
They never go extinct, but they evolve into like what we
Yeah.
are as humans.
And
But just
speaking
dinosaurs.
of evolving
Lizard
past
people.
the humans, fucking Hunter x Hunter. I finished
Oh,
season
gosh.
5 finally.
how was it?
It was fantastic. Are you kidding me? Fucking that whole season 5 was just next level. Like, okay, so every season up to season 5 was like, between 10 and 20 episodes, Season 5 is like 63 episodes of pure insanity. Like,
Yeah.
just fucking like
The most hardcore, intense emotions you'll ever feel.
it got brutal there
Yeah.
for a second, and it's like rated TV 14. I'm like, dude, no, no, dude.
There's
Okay,
like children getting killed. Like
fucking Gon lost his arm like 3 times over the course of this fucking show, and he still hasn't got his arm back where I'm at right now. I haven't seen Gon since season 6 started. You know what I mean? He's just been in the hospital. Fucking Killua is fucking back at the Zoldyck house now, fucking like talking to his dad, trying to save Gon. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So like,
Oh man, it's so good.
and dude, so we just learned about Gon's little brother or whatever, or not Gon, Killua's little brother, who's like got the creepy fucking doll power or
Yeah,
whatever that makes the wishes and shit. Like,
I forget that character's name, but yeah, like it's like they call her he. Like even though it's obviously a girl, like it's super confusing.
it's like Neferpito almost. You know what I mean? Neferpito was definitely supposed, like they kept referring to him as a
he,
dude.
yeah.
But it was.
But there's some weird things about that character though, the one that you're talking about. Like once you finish the show, like you'll go and like look up stuff and you'll be like, oh shit, that's mind blowing. Actually, the end of the show, just wait for it. But anyways,
Yeah, really good so far. I really enjoyed,
dude, I'm glad you got on that. Hunter
Season
Hunter.
5 was excellent, man. That whole fight with the king and
Netero, dude.
Netero was like the best fucking like thing ever.
That-
like whenever he does the thing and like the thing behind him like opens its mouth and it's like oh and shoots the fucking shit. I was like, oh my god, dude.
And he
Fucking-
got all these powers and nin and stuff from punching 10,000 times a day. Like he was just like up on a mountain and he looks like Jared Leto, but like, you know, like he's already old at this point. At like whenever he's at Jared Leto
Yeah,
age.
he had basically accomplished all that there was to accomplish, so he just went up on a mountain to like fucking refine his craft. And
Yeah, literally.
The only way he could do that was to punch as many times as he could a day, and like he decided that was like 10,000, and then he did that for like 3 years until eventually it became easy to do his 10,000 punches a day, and he would have like time to spare.
Yeah, he like came down and like went to like a martial arts studio, and they were just like
beat the shit out of everybody in the fucking studio, and they're like, he's like, I'll let you have my school, just train me, please. And
yeah, dude, you just need to watch Hunter x Hunter.
I say this every time. Every time y'all describe this show, it's just wilder and wilder. But like,
but when
so
you watch
good.
it, it's so concise and not wild.
And they form these
really
rules like throughout the show. Close to 100 different like parameters and rules have been set, and they've never once like gone back on it. There's never been like a plot hole or anything. Like it's always been like, okay, now that we've said that this is how this nin thing works, and like ever since the first like part in I guess season 2 or 3 where they explain how nin works in general and how there's like the different classes of nin, like the manipulators, and how like different abilities like pair well with different like abilities, and if you can do this ability, you can do this ability better, and it's like they've never broken from that throughout the whole show. Like every nin user has been
consistent with like the
rules. Yeah,
and that's the thing. He laid really good groundwork. It's the reason why Harry Potter's good, because there's rules and there's a world and like that's built out and around
it, and it's not like he broke this rule and now he's super ultra, you know.
Yeah, and they create lore around it, and they create like an actual world that you live in your mind when you're watching it. Yeah.
Even the whole thing with Gon at the end of season 5, like I won't spoil anything, but his like crazy whole bullshit, it's like they immediately start season 6 by like explaining that with like the whole nin contract or whatever, like what's his name did, Karapika, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like if you break it, it is, or if it, you know, after it's done, it is what it is. It's like he's like, give me all the power I'll ever have. Like that was fucking nuts.
Oh, that was
dude.
the best fucking scene of all time.
Show me rock.
Just fucking, oh my god, dude.
The revenge, like dude, you feel like you're.
That was like the most hardcore fucking like, dude. That whole like scene where they storm the castle was the most like crazy fucking like
so intense
20 episode like.
You're scared the whole time that like one of your favorite characters is gonna die.
Dude,
like you're just like, oh no.
It was fucking hardcore, and like you got to like all the characters they introduced that season. You know what I mean? Like they did a really
like the octopus guy. I love him and everything.
I love the octopus guy, bro. Mm-hmm. He was great. He was a chimera ant. The chimera ants are like fusions of different animals. So there's all kinds of different like anthropomorphic like animals out there that are like you know chimera ants. You know what I mean?
It's like a outbreak kind of like, or what's it like? Basically, these chimera ants come from a place where they don't know where they came from, but when they eat like a horse, their offspring, they like absorb that. So like the queen starts giving off these babies that are powerful, like with the nin abilities of the humans, because they start eating humans.
As soon as they start eating the humans, they get super smart and like organized and fucking like, but they have all these crazy animal powers, so they're just like annihilating these fucking humans and like carrying them off like when like the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's intense too.
It's really good.
But anyways, oh man. And I guess like before we get into the show, I already posted about it, but totally modded a Game Boy Color, first one.
It's super cool. I just got done playing a little bit with it. It's almost like all the games feel like remastered, but you're literally just playing the exact cartridges. Like
it's like
here,
brightest. Yeah, Brent's
for all
gonna
the
get
video
it
people
and like turn it on. Like I bet you can see it from the camera. Like
I'm sure, with
how bright it is.
Yeah, show that sexy piece of technology off. Sorry for our listeners.
Turn that on. Oh yeah, it's so beautiful. But like, the green screen's like blocking out the screen. That's funny. But it's like backlit. Fucking, I got all these crazy colors on it, and like but anyways, yeah, fun. and I'm totally about to start getting into modding retro consoles just because now that I know I can, I'm gonna fucking do the worst.
Nothing will stop him.
Nothing will stop me. But anyways, that's basically all I did this week. But let's jump into the video game news.
That'd be cool is if you got like an SNES and like just hollowed it out and put like a fucking like micro motherboard in it with like a fucking
turn it into a PC.
Yeah, just like a laptop GPU in it. You know what I mean?
Dude, that would be
just
tight.
with all the like ROMs and emulators on it.
Yeah, or just a PC, but like just looks like an SNES.
But you
know what I mean?
instead of having a push power button, you just gotta like turn it on with the little purple thing. You just like hook all the wires to it.
Yeah, that'd be badass. The only problem would be like having fans coming out. You'd have to have like super good.
Oh yeah, because it's like hard fucking plastic in there. But anyways, yeah. So video game news. Just so you guys know, we are using articles from gaming news sites from around the web. We do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all to one place so we can give you guys the news. The news. Dimmadome. Okay, so who wants to go first? I saw Devin just staring over there.
Y'all start.
Oh, okay.
I was getting a couple more.
I can launch it off if you guys want.
All right, do it.
On the same day Epic has launched Fortnite Season 2, the developer, publisher, and Xbox have announced a 2-week joint commitment to donate all proceeds from the game's real money purchases to a major charities helping those affected by Russia's invasion of the Ukraine. Between March 20th and April 3rd, all in-game purchases made with real money for things like V-Bucks, Battle Pass, crew subscriptions, and more will go directly to major relief funds actively working to aid both refugees over there still in the Ukraine. So, that's pretty cool. And they just dropped Season 2, so that a lot of people are spending a lot of money on that. You know what I mean? So that's probably going to raise a shitload of money. So, if you ever wanted to, like, buy some V-Bucks, that's probably the time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of Season 2 on it, did everybody see that they removed building from Fortnite?
No, really?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I might play Fortnite again. Hold up.
Yeah, so Fortnite Chapter
building,
3,
dude.
Season 2, Resistance has not only added Doctor Strange and Prowler to its Battle Pass, but it has also removed building from the Battle Royale. Yeah. Fortnite's newest season asks players to, quote, join the Resistance in the final battle to free the 0 point, end quote. To help in this mission, Fortnite players will be able to use all new tactics like sprinting, mantling, and more, alongside the ability to actually drive an armored battle bus, complete with chonkers tires, a cow catcher, and 2 types of turrets. However, the biggest change appears to be the removal of building from Fortnite's standard modes. To help with this drastic change, Fortnite has added an overshield that will sit on top of your shield and health and will recover even if it gets down to 0. The removal of building is obviously a temporary move for the story the Fortnite team is trying to tell, but competitive players need not worry as building is unaffected in a competitive arena playlist. So I have a feeling they're going to bring it back, but I think enough people are going to like that there's no building that they'll probably make a playlist.
If they make a no building mode, I'll play that shit like all the time. My thing about Fortnite is like I am pretty good. I'm just not I can't compete with these people who just instantly spawn like massive fucking towers.
Castles.
And yeah, like no, I fucking can't do that,
Back when I used to play it, I was decent at the building.
I was okay enough to like build a simple structure, but like, or just a ramp or something, but like I can't compete with some of these people, man.
Yeah.
Like,
well, later in the game, so I played it from pretty early on, from launch, like for like a year or so. But a little later, they released this, and it might have been a thing the whole time, but there's like a control scheme that uses the top buttons to do it, and it made it super easy.
yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, no, I suck.
Yeah.
We just if we are too old for the Fortnite building, I think.
Now, yeah.
But
I might give it a try again. you
yeah,
know?
without it,
So,
could be cool.
Adam Bankhurst over at IGN. Snoop Dogg joins Call of Duty Warzone, Vanguard, and mobile as a playable operator.
Damn, we missed that for last week. Wasn't it last week we did the celebrities? Or was
Oh,
it the
yeah.
week
Oh,
before?
yeah. That, and we also talked about he joined FaZe last week or the week before.
Oh, yeah. He's just
Yeah.
trying to get all up in the gaming atmosphere.
Oh,
Snoop Dogg just does what Snoop Dogg wants. You
yeah.
know?
Literally.
He
Yeah,
does.
he sees something that like piques his interest. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Like, and then he does great with it usually. So Snoop Dogg will join Call of Duty Warzone, Vanguard, and mobile as a playable operator. All the details on Snoop's arrival comes by way of Call of Duty blog, where it confirms first chance to play as a legendary rapper and entrepreneur will be in Season 3 of Call of Duty Mobile through a special lucky draw. And then I'm sure it'll be able to be purchased on the other ones. So, yeah.
Nice.
And he's going to be, dude, that's dope. He's got like a pimp jacket on and shit and like a gangster fedora.
Yeah,
That's
it looks
awesome.
very like 1940s.
It looks like the mysterious stranger from fucking Fallout.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
All right, Brent, what you got?
All right, let's see.
That'll wake you up in the morning.
We got our first detailed look at Hogwarts Legacy during a
Yes.
Sony State of Play presentation.
Did you watch that?
Oh,
yeah,
I watched
how
it.
did we? I thought we talked about this last week, so I didn't even put this in my news. But yeah,
What?
Well, we said that it was happening Thursday.
that's what it was.
Oh,
but like
yeah.
in my head, I was like, oh yeah, we already watched it and talked about it.
No, we
not
hadn't
at
talked
all.
about it.
We haven't even talked about it even a
So-
little bit.
HP.
I don't want to get too hyped, but shit, it looked good.
Yo,
It looked really
I'm
good.
getting too hyped.
The
bro.
setting, like all of the settings that they showed, like
This
just
is-
there was so much detail put into
Exact-
all of the background
Yes.
settings and everything.
All the like corridors and the hallways
the
and the
freaking
classrooms,
the
every little
the common
brick,
rooms
dude,
especially looked really good.
yeah.
Like
Man.
And the idea that you're like this infiltrator, like trying to get, like you're coming in during your 5th year, like,
yeah.
and like you're trying to, find out info on this, like, what are those little things called? The little, that run the banks. What are they?
The goblins.
The
or
goblins
whatever.
are like having a rebellion, and you're trying to like get more info on what's going on with all that shit. And these
and then
evil.
you also
ancient-
have like a special
Yeah.
set of ancient powers for some
Yeah.
reason.
I also like that
Yeah.
there's all these new characters you're gonna get to meet, and that you're basically gonna live your own little Harry Potter story.
Yeah.
in
You
the
know what I mean?
1800s.
It's
Yeah.
got like friends you get to make that you can choose to make throughout the story that'll help you in different ways. Like you get to pick your own class and like live in the common room throughout your game, which was a major incentive to play multiple playthroughs. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
and you can
Like,
focus on different practices of magic too.
Yeah.
and use all different styles to get through the world or to fight
There's like
with.
enchantments and all that shit.
Yeah.
And also, they fucking basically they hinted that you're gonna be able to turn evil if you want to.
Yep.
They
Go
showed
to
him
the
do
dark
that.
side.
They showed him do a fucking killing curse. He was like a Davagamata. I was like, oh my
Va-
god, bro, it's
it's
going.
Avada Kedavra.
I don't give a shit. Oh,
I was like waiting. I was like,
Crucio that
I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling someone's be like, actually,
Leviosa.
But yeah, and then the graphics look fantastic. The
Really
animations,
good, yeah.
the combat. I really
Combat
gotta
looks
give them
good.
props on. They made the combat look like it'll be very interesting.
The whole
'cause,
game
I mean, you can
looks
only do,
fucking sweet,
you know,
dude.
there's like, they could have gone really boring with it, as far as just like casting spells and shit. But there's all kinds of like moves and dodges.
they're
and
doing like
shit.
some Star Wars shit where they're like, it's like you're holding your blades together, but they're just like
duel of the
yeah.
wands.
Yeah, they do that in the movies a few times. I feel like it's gonna be. I don't know. I'm kind of getting like Jedi Fallen Order vibes from it, but
Yeah,
like
with the dodge rolling and
yeah,
shit.
kind of like the
yeah.
combat has like almost a Dark Soulsy look.
I
to
was
it,
about to say
you know
that was
what I mean?
exactly
Like,
what we talked about, like an Elden Ring. It's like the
Yeah.
Elden Ring of Harry Potter.
Bro,
I
and then
really
the
hope so.
flying, they showed him not only flying, they
Yes.
mentioned him flying a broom, but then at the end they show him flying a fucking hippogriff. So like it leads me to believe that not only are you going to be able to fly on the hippogriff and the broom, but maybe like a dragon. There's probably all kinds of
Dude,
fucking
yeah, I can't wait
winged
to see what they
mounts,
do with
you
the
know what I
beast
mean?
taming.
And then you're probably gonna be able to get different brooms. They have like lots of different brands of brooms in
I
the
hope
book.
they make
you
them
know what I mean?
faster or slower.
or slower,
according- yeah, like
or
Nimbus
have
2,
different
yeah.
handling. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, dude.
bro.
And if they don't, so now that we know for sure flying is confirmed, broom flying.
Yeah, broom flying.
We better get fucking Quidditch. Like,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And,
And,
yeah,
not
I
only
want a
is
fully fleshed
broom-
out.
Well,
like,
they at least have to have the Quidditch pitch out there. I almost guarantee you they will have some kind of Quidditch.
I wouldn't even
thing.
mind if they like didn't do it immediately and then had a whole DLC devoted to it that basically gave us a what was it called, the Quidditch World Cup
Oh yeah.
game. I want
I'd
that
love
game
for
in
Quidditch
this.
to be like a side quest, like a whole optional like faction you can choose to join. Like if you want to join the Quidditch team and like work your way up the Quidditch ranks throughout the year,
Yeah.
like that'd be
Dude,
cool
I-
if that was an option.
I
You know what
just
mean?
want the ability to play it and possibly have like a league or some shit,
Man.
dude.
Only
Quidditch might not have been
problem-
invented yet, though. It's the 1800s. I'm not sure. I'm sure Quidditch goes back, way back.
Surely.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing. I don't know. And also, only bad thing is I saw that it's coming to Switch. So I was like,
I saw that too, and
probably cloud. You know how they've been doing the cloud.
That's what
thing?
I'm thinking.
Well, I have
hope
the
so.
I have the
There's
article,
no
so
way.
I'll read it.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
I'll read it right
Drop
after
that.
this. Yeah, so let me.
Because Dying Light 2 came to Switch through the cloud, so
Yeah,
it's got to be something like that. Hitman 3 did too, and none of those games would ever work.
So
on
yeah,
the Switch.
Harry. This is an article by Taylor Lyles over at IGN. Harry Potter: Hogwarts Legacy is also coming to Switch. We already knew that Hogwarts Legacy, an open-world action RPG set in the Harry Potter universe, was coming to PC, PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One. But if you are a Nintendo Switch owner and bummed the game was not announced for the console, we got some good news. The news first appeared when pre-orders went up for the retailer Best Buy, as spotted by Wario64. At first glance, a product listing for Nintendo Switch version may seem like a glitch in the system. However, heading over to the FAQ section on the official website for Hogwarts Legacy, Avalanche Software confirmed that its game would be available on Nintendo's hybrid console. And checking the FAQ page via Wayback Machine, the screenshot shows no mention of Hogwarts Legacy coming to Switch. So they recently changed it to confirm it, I guess.
I bet it's a cloud
So,
thing.
although the Nintendo Switch is not a graphical powerhouse, the console has been capable of running other AAA titles. However, these games usually come with a few caveats, from lower resolution and FPS to some being cloud versions, such as several other games. And still, some AAA titles have been able to run on the Nintendo Switch.
I mean, The Witcher, they had to get a whole team of people to redesign that game to work. You'd have to build this game all over again basically to work on the Switch. I don't know. I can't see it working any way other than a cloud version or a whole nother studio completely building it from the ground up.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
calling cloud version because of how impressive the game looked. It's got to be a cloud version.
It's just too pretty, dude.
And Avalanche didn't specify if it was cloud. They haven't said anything other than, yes, you will be able to play it on Switch. So our assumptions are all we got right now.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
Okay, so well, let's see. So Overwatch 2, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but basically Overwatch 2 will release PvP and PvE modes separately.
Right, we talked about this last week.
Did we?
Yeah.
This was one of their newest articles. Why? Okay, but no.
Yeah, the
Did we?
PvP's coming first, right?
Oh,
And the
yeah.
PvE's coming later.
Okay. Well, I think
I don't
that sucks.
recall.
Yeah.
I remember us mentioning it.
I remember us mentioning Overwatch, but I didn't know we were talking about
we did
the
talk
news.
about. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. I remember. Yeah, PvE. Yeah, because I thought that was odd.
Yeah.
Brent.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh God, sorry. More Harry Potter stuff. Let's see. Okay, while still unconfirmed, the evidence for a new GoldenEye remaster continues to mount. VGC discovered that the GoldenEye trademark covering downloadable electronic game software was granted its second extension just this week. This alone does not necessarily mean anything, and trademarks are often filed and extended by companies regularly, even when there are no plans to release a product. That may also be true here, but the GoldenEye trademark renewal for software specifically is intriguing, given that an HD remaster of the classic N64 game GoldenEye has been rumored for some time. VGC reported that the announcement of such a game might be delayed due to Russia's attack on Ukraine, given how GoldenEye's story involves Soviet Russia. So,
Ooh,
there
didn't
you
think
go.
about that.
Yeah, y'all didn't know Russian villains are back in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly,
I was
better-
going to say, wouldn't it be better?
Yeah, better reason to put it out, Make them the villains.
Yes, use war hype.
Devin, what'd you got?
So, fucking Elden Ring. This article by George Yang over at IGN. Elden Ring fans discover a secret wall that only opens after 50 hits.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's just the kind of thing those assholes would put in that game.
It's like
That's exactly what I thought too. I was like, it's like fucking Elden Ring.
I have been finding hella secret walls, though. You know what I mean?
I don't hit enough walls. I found some, but
You
not
jump.
that
You
many.
got to just jump into them.
Or
Yeah,
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do. I
I
just
also
bounce
don't roll
on 'em.
into walls, Brent. Like
Well,
if
you
I'm-
start.
Every time I find a wall that looks like kind of
Any
sketchy, I
sus
roll
wall-
it.
Yeah, dude. I every single one.
Even if somebody like puts a little white sign in front of it that says like
Dead end ahead.
no, they'll say like lie ahead or whatever, like talking about the wall.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
like,
still
I
do
know
it.
you're fucking with me, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Because what if you're not fucking with me? You know.
Dude, I don't care if there's like 100 blood splats in front of the wall.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
rolling into that
We're
shit.
going
You know
through.
what I mean?
I'm actually almost done, like story wise. I'm like at the end of the game.
I'm
which-
taking my time with it, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh yeah,
you
I
know?
keep forgetting we don't talk about games here. No, I'm just kidding. I gotta save that for
So-
the game talking area.
I'll leave it for y'all to look up, but it is in Volcano Manor.
I'd be up in there.
50 times.
My main squeeze up in the volcano.
Who's
We'll
your
talk
main
about that in a second.
squeeze? No, it's-
Let's just say I'm running things up in Volcano Manor. I got my own room. I got the homies up in there.
Wait, you got your own room?
Hell yeah, dog. I live there, dog. I don't
I'd
just
get my
like,
own room.
bro. You need to fuck around and say
I already
that.
finished that whole area. Like so, like I don't think that ever happened for me.
Okay, so I met this chick out in the wilderness, right? And she's like, I lost my necklace. Some asshole stole it down the way. And I was like,
did that.
I was like, don't worry, girl. I got you. So I went and murked this dude, and I got the necklace back, and I took it back to her, and she's like, oh, I see you don't mind killing tarnished. Why don't you come to Volcano Manor and fuck around and hang
find
out?
out.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, girl. So then I met her again later, and she's like, take my hand. I'll teleport you to Volcano Manor, and you can meet my mistress. And so then she took my hand and teleported me to Volcano Manor.
Yeah, and then the regular Volcano Manor story plays.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing, yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you got like your own. I thought like
Well,
it was
you
some
get a key
Fallout.
to-
Yeah,
shit.
that's
You
what
get a
I got the
key-
key. It's
you
not
get a
my
key
own
to a
room.
spare
we all be
room, yeah.
sharing
Yeah,
the
okay,
room,
I
you
did.
know. I did roll through a wall there, though. That's what made me think of this. I rolled through a wall and like went around the back and got in that one room. I claim that room as my own, so you know.
I live in the walls.
Yeah. No. If you go around the side, there's that locked room. You know how the key
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
unlock every room except
Except
that
for,
one.
yeah.
Right.
Anyways,
Anyways,
I got the homies in there, though. You know.
for real. Valve's Steam Deck has joined the ever-growing list of devices compatible with some form of Xbox Game Pass, as the Xbox Cloud Gaming Beta is now available for owners of Valve's handheld gaming PC. So Xbox helped them, and they got Game Pass on the Steam Deck now, but
Let's
only the
go.
cloud version right now. So.
go.
Let's go.
Yeah, but honestly, like that's not that big of a step because, like, you know, you just need a browser on
My
there, right?
phone can do.
Yeah,
that,
anything
Yeah.
that can play. I've
Basically,
seen
yeah.
smart fridges do it.
You seen a smart fridge with Game Pass?
Hell yeah! Look
I
at
bet Phil Spencer's happy about that.
Who the fuck is playing Game Pass on their fridge?
Me. I can
You need
only
to reevaluate your life.
Is there Bluetooth, like where you can get your controller hooked up to it,
Yeah,
or do you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
just touch screen it?
I'm pretty sure they
This is
had.
gonna be like a Samsung.
Pretty
TV,
sure they had
yeah.
a controller hooked up to it. I don't know. I saw it was a YouTube thing. Okay.
Oh, okay,
Your
okay.
Samsung fridge.
I gotta get Game Pass on my Game Boy Color, dude. That's a.
That's next
So
level.
I'm gonna
right
keep
there.
modding that shit. Though.
But
It's just an Xbox.
all right, wait, who's me?
Sure.
Wait, no.
Can be.
Can be.
Can
you.
be. Fine.
Can
No
be,
wait.
yeah.
Oh wait. No, it's me, isn't it? I haven't
It
gone
could
in
be
my.
you too.
No, I just read the the Steam Deck. All right,
We
Brent,
all-
go. Brent, go.
All right. Let's see what we got here.
We all have the
Welcome
memory
to
of
Game
goldfish. We don't know what's going on.
Netflix upcoming live-action Resident Evil series finally has a release date. The 8 one-hour-long episodes will be arriving on the streaming service on July 14th. Additionally, teaser posters for the upcoming show were released, and fans of the video games will catch very obvious references to Umbrella Corporation and the T-Virus.
Well, I would hope so, since it's the fucking.
But check it out. Check out how terrible this sounds. The official synopsis reads, Year 2036. 14 years after a deadly virus caused a global apocalypse, Jade Wesker fights for survival in a world overrun by bloodthirsty infected and insane creatures. In this absolute carnage, Jade is haunted by her past in New Raccoon City by her father's chilling connections to the Umbrella Corporation, but mostly what happened to her sister, Billy.
But mostly.
Her sister Billy.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know, man. To me, I think going in the future might be the wrong move here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. We want our Resident Evil to be present.
Maybe
you know? Or 90s. Take us to the 90s where it started. You know?
Yeah.
Like, why do we have to do that? Why do we have to be like, well, it's a TV show, so it's got to be different? It's like, no, I just want the fucking, like...
I'll tell you what I am excited about. And I know a lot of people, for some reason, aren't hyped about this at all, but the Halo show looks dope to me. Like, I am really fucking psyched about this. Like, I'm going to watch
Not
that
my
shit.
Master Chief.
Did you see that they're spending like $5 to $10 million per episode?
$10 million, bro.
Holy
Which is...
It's like Game of Thrones budget.
Game of Thrones was apparently only like $3 million an episode.
They said early Game of Thrones was $10 million an episode, and then later Game of Thrones episodes went up to like $25 million an episode.
Really?
Yeah, way more.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought it was
episodes.
less.
No,
No,
because the more CG that they had to put in it, the higher
okay.
the budget got.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
but still, that's an insane budget for a new show. I mean, that's like a
absolutely.
Disney type budget.
Putting a lot of cards.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it pans out.
Devon.
So, some pretty big news today. So, our CD Projekt Red confirms a new Witcher game is in development and will use Unreal Engine 5.
Whoa.
So,
and it's going
look,
gold.
man, there's a lot of people that are excited.
They just put it out all fucked up. It's
I
like,
can never get into the Witcher
I just
series
said-
myself.
I couldn't either. But also,
The Witcher
like-
3 is
it's a given. It's a given. Is it not a given that they were working on this? Like, are we really like, whoa, dude? You're
Yeah,
killing-
no, that's definitely. I mean, they've probably been working on this. To
Yeah.
be honest with you, ever since The Witcher 3 was like heralded as one of the greatest games.
No, dude, they've been too busy working on fucking
Cyberpunk,
Cyberpunk.
yeah.
Actually,
what do you
they
mean?
probably have been all hands on deck with Cyberpunk, but I bet it's different studios working on that.
Oh, for
you know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they probably.
It's like
CD
Rockstar North and then
Yeah.
like all the other ones.
So while not much has been revealed about this upcoming game, the announcement did confirm that this new game will be kicking off a new saga for the franchise and a new technology partnership with Epic Games. No development time frame or release date were given either.
That means
but
they're
CD
probably
Projekt
using
Red-
Unreal 4 or whatever the new Unreal.
They're doing
is.
Unreal 5.
Unreal
yeah.
5, yeah.
So
That's gonna be epic.
Yeah, but CD Projekt
Literally.
Red did share a teaser image, which you can see below, that features a medallion and the phrase "A new saga begins." So yeah,
Wow.
Witcher
Wonder if
in
they-
development.
What if they don't
Unreal
follow
5.
Geralt? That would be cool if you're a different character. You know, a new saga begins. You know, maybe we
Another name that almost sounds like a real name, like Gerald, but it's Geralt. So like, they just find another name they can do that with.
Yeah, there's no word as to whether or not he'll be in this installment.
He'll make an appearance.
Yeah, definitely make an appearance.
Or what if he's like the old training Witcher now?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
he's taking the place of Vesemir, and now you're
Yeah.
playing as like Ciri
Vesemir,
or
that's
something.
it.
That would be cool. Or maybe you go back in time and play as young Vesemir, or Geralt back in the day. I don't know. There's a lot of different like ways they could go about this that could make it really interesting. with
Oh,
the
they could
story.
do like the initial start when everything went to shit, when the monsters, because the Witchers are a result of like monsters just showing up from another like realm, right? That's like, am I right with the?
I
I'm
can't
probably
remember.
butchering Witcher lore, but I know that there was some big event that brought about the creation of the Witchers. So maybe they could go and do that.
Maybe.
That'd be
That'd be
That'd be
cool.
cool.
So, in worse news, here we go. Gran Turismo, basically.
Okay.
First off, we gotta just talk
Hold on,
about
yeah,
Gran Turismo
yeah.
7.
Did y'all see the side by side? I mean, it's not a completely fair comparison, but I watched a side by side of GT7 next to
Forza, yeah.
and oh man,
I didn't see anything about the graphics being bad. Everything that I've seen about Gran Turismo, okay, so basically the servers all went down. You have to play online. You can't play offline. And
Yeah, if you do, it's like 3 tracks and 4 cars or some shit.
Yeah.
You can't. It's like a demo basically when you're offline. Like
what the
though it's not technically all multiplayer. Like it's like you can't even play campaign without the online.
yeah,
so,
yeah, exactly.
Now they finally got the servers back up, but the thing is like before the game came out, they it was getting all these rave reviews and shit, and it had all this awesome stuff in it. When the game dropped, they dropped a patch with it that locked like half the game behind like money.
Oh my
like,
God.
Yeah, like it basically like so Basically, they just turned everything into costing money. So
on top of it looks like shit.
On top of it not looking as
doesn't
good.
look like
I don't think
shit.
it looks like shit. I haven't seen it, like other than like
watched-
screenshots, and it looked
It
great.
looks fine. It just doesn't look as good as Forza, which is like one of the best looking games of all time. So I mean, it's kind of hard to like,
Well, and I even watched it not side by side with Forza, and it's still like there's a lot of stuff like the grass looks very unnatural.
Well, a lot of things they point out like are like textures and stuff, but like there's a lot of like ambient lighting and stuff that's in Gran Turismo 7 that's not like in Forza, like like God rays and shit that are just like on a different level because of like modern technology. You know what I mean? Like it's there are sacrifices that are made in the texture department for lighting, I feel like, and they're not like highlighting it in these comparison videos adequately. I don't know.
So here's the Gran Turismo bullshit. Here's the tea. This extended server outage comes in the wake of heavy player criticism of the latest update for a range of noticeable reductions in the amount of credits rewarded for specific races. Shrunken payouts for a number of single-player events will make being able to afford GT7's most expensive cars more time-consuming than it was previously. GT7's Metacritic user rating is currently in freefall. These newly reduced payouts also come after heavy criticism of GT7's startlingly aggressive microtransaction model, which was only activated after GTA 7's reviews were published. While cars in 2017's GT Sport were offered for purchase individually, priced between US $1 and US $5, GT7's cash for credit solution means players tempted to accelerate their GT7 car collections by using real money are being asked to shell out up to $40 for a single car.
What?
Yep. These cars are available.
That's outrageous.
Yep. It says these
I
cars.
thought the $1 to $5 thing was a little outrageous. I'm like, damn, that's a little steep.
Jesus.
Like, you better give me a fucking pack of cars for $5. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah, bro, you're paying 40 for
They
one.
better render those cars a little better.
No,
Fuck.
thanks. I think I'll stick to fucking Forza Horizon over here.
Man.
These cars are available in-game by grinding credits, but the newest update has ensured that it will take even longer now if you are to do that.
Oh my goodness. Well, the backlash, they'll definitely fix this in the near future.
I
I'm
just
sure.
think it's
But
crazy they
still,
thought that was a good idea.
What?
Like,
Shoot
we're gonna wait
yourself
till
in
the
foot.
review.
Yeah.
Wait till the reviews are out. All right, fucking drop the microtransactions and raise the prices, baby. It's like fucking insane, dude.
What
Like
assholes? Yeah, it's officially the lowest rated PlayStation game of all time. I read is what like as far as user reviews on
Good.
Metacritic. You know,
all the people who were
That's,
excited
that's-
about
that's
Gran
fucked.
Turismo just kind of got screwed because I doubt they'll make another one now.
yeah, dude, they really fucking shot themselves in the foot because like PlayStation could find another fucking studio
yeah.
develop a fucking car
Yeah.
game, and PlayStation's all about that quality, man. If you're not hitting that fucking standard for them, then like they'll axe you real quick. You know what I mean?
Especially them being the lowest rated, like they're gone. Like
yeah,
fucking Gran
dude.
Turismo's gone. A staple of PlayStation since the PS1
Just died.
is gone.
If they're not gone, they're gonna have the fucking IP completely like taken over by a
Revamped.
different fucking studio. You know what I mean?
What
like,
studio handles it?
It's like I forget the studio, but it's like this one dude is like known for it. Like it's kind of like how Sakurai is with Smash Bros. There's like
Yeah.
this one guy who's like known for the Gran Turismo games, like in all the details and all the shit he puts into it. But it's really interesting to see. While you're looking that up, Brent, what you got?
Polyphony?
Oh yeah, Polyphony.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Polyphony Digital.
All right, let's see. After 3 smaller scale horror games in its Dark Pictures anthology, Supermassive Games' next title is a big one. The Quarry takes a different tack from the Dark Pictures and instead has more in common with Until Dawn, the game that made Supermassive's name in video game horror, blah, blah, blah. Basically, this is like a spiritual successor to Until Dawn. It's going to be like longer than the Dark Pictures game. We got David Arquette from Scream playing a fucking sheriff, so you know it's going to be quality B-horror. I'm excited, dude. It said you got 9 playable characters. This is like right up my alley. This is my kind of game.
I'm kind of upset it's not an actual sequel to Until Dawn, though. I thought it actually was. I never read the article. I just saw the thing. It was like the sequel to Until Dawn has been announced. Like,
my problem is like, yeah, you could do a sequel to Until Dawn, but like we already know the secrets from Until Dawn. You know what
True.
I mean? Like, yeah, like at this point you're just throwing some people on a mountain with monsters that we already know about. You know what I mean?
true.
Like, I'm okay with them doing a whole new story as long as it's like as good as Until Dawn was, you know what I mean? And
For
plus,
sure.
we already have the prequel to Until Dawn with the Inpatient, you know what I mean? So they've expanded on the world a little bit, you know?
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Devin?
So, Joe Scrubbles over at IGN. Starfield introduces its first companion character.
Ooh.
And then they also dropped some other stuff. There was I don't know if it's concept art or just like
Lots
art.
of concept art.
Yeah, art from the game.
I heard Todd Howard talking about it a little bit too. How he was talking about how the game's gonna have a lot more like traditional RPG elements. Like
Yeah,
the
they're bringing
old
something
school.
back from
Skyrim.
No,
Or like Elder
no,
Scrolls.
Morrowind. They're
Oh.
bringing some dialogue. They called it. I saw the article for it, but I didn't grab it. It was a dialogue mini game from Morrowind.
Yeah, so what he was saying is
Interesting.
like how the further along they got in Elder Scrolls, the less your conversations felt like a real conversation.
Like
it was more
mattered
just
and like what you said.
well, not even mattered. He said he wants to make it to where no answer is the right answer. Like there, it's like no matter like you're not going to be able to look at this and be like, well, they want me to choose this, but
Yeah.
I'm going to choose this. Like no matter what, when you have a conversation, it's going to feel organic and like you're going to like not feel one way or the other about. You're going to be confused. You're not going to be like, oh,
Like,
this
which
is
one
the
should I
obvious
pick? Yeah.
right way
Yeah.
and this is the bad way. Like it's just going to be like a
No.
That's
real
one of the
organic
things that made the
conversation.
early Fallout games so good. Is it would give you like 10 fucking
Yep.
options to pick from for your
Mhm.
conversation. Some of them would just be like off the wall. Some would be really normal. You know, it's like I don't know.
Well, and didn't Detroit Become Human? Like, wasn't it good at having like the
Yeah,
conversation?
but that was
and
like
then
the whole
meaningful-
game. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that was what the game was
Yeah.
just like
I'm here for it.
crazy conversation simulator. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and I mean, like, I know we haven't seen much of this game, obviously, but I think it's on purpose. I think all the people hating, there's a lot of people hating.
this shit is
Really?
gonna be crazy, bro.
I haven't seen
can
too many
almost
haters.
promise anyone that it's gonna be like
Yeah.
next level. Like I don't know.
Everyone's like, oh, yeah, you guys trust Bethesda. You haven't even seen the game. It's like, we didn't fucking see Fallout 4, you know, like, and then it was like less than 3
The
months
next-
later it
yeah,
dropped.
like a couple months.
You know, and like, but everybody's like, yeah, Fallout 4 sucked. I'm like, what?
Fallout 4 did not
like,
suck.
no.
I don't personally think it's better than 3. Yeah, it's a step down from like 3 in my opinion, but I still think it was an amazing game.
I don't necessarily think it's a step down from 3. I feel like it's just as good as 3. I don't necessarily think it's any better than 3, like, or any worse than 3. Like, it's just another Fallout game,
Yeah.
you know? But it's excellent.
It
you
felt
know what
like
I mean?
3.
It's,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Fallout no matter what is excellent, you know. I thought oh, and I am sorry if people have been talking in the chat this whole time.
we didn't have.
We did not have the multi-stream brought up.
God.
But you know, we're in there now, so if you post anything in there, we will respond.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, apologies to anybody.
So anyways, back to the article. So Starfield's first companion character has been revealed. Vasco is a robot who looks to be a loader droid of some. Damn. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
Sorry,
we had
Chris,
quite.
my
Yeah, sorry,
bad.
Chris and Jessica.
We didn't.
Uh,
OBS has 2 different like chat feeds.
Yeah.
And we had it switched over to just the Twitch one. So
But-
sorry, y'all.
Jessica says, y'all ever remember or hear about the dark shadows in Super Mario Galaxy 2? Like, I always wonder what the. Yeah, I was actually going to talk about those in the in the topic, but yeah, no, that stuff's creepy. We're gonna get there. We're almost there.
So, revealed in a new developer video, head of Bethesda Game Studios, Todd Howard, said, no matter what story we write, the one the players tell themselves is the one they think about and love the most, and the companions. We then saw what seems to be an in-game shot of Vasco, a very practical-looking robot who greets viewers by saying, hello, Captain. How may I be of assistance?
Yeah, I'm excited for companion characters. Obviously, that's gonna
So-
be fun.
So yeah, the developers continue by explaining how companions. Oh yeah, they're gonna have a big part in this. And developers continue by explaining how companions have been improved in the new RPG. Howard summed it up by saying, something we really leaned into on this game is how those other characters felt about you. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of companions and lots of interaction with those companions, and they can think you're a piece of shit probably. So
Good.
Good.
They're definitely gonna think I'm a piece of shit.
I want people to judge the bad decisions I make in that game. No.
So Elden Ring has received a major patch across all platforms, which fixes a number of bugs and even adds new content, or perhaps finishes some previously unfinished content. Developer From Software said in its patch notes that it's added new phrases to NPC quest lines for Dialos, Nefeli, Lu, Kenneth, Hate, and Gatekeeper Gasstock, and has also added new NPC summons to some boss fights. It's not clear if these quests are brand new or close off quest lines for characters that previously weren't complete. Players can also encounter a new NPC altogether, Jar Bairn, a small living jar that can be found sitting on some steps in the north of Jarbug. There's now a way to track all these NPCs too.
I noticed that. I really like that feature a lot.
Yeah, you open up your map
The
and
map
you
is
can see
actually
them on there.
way more detailed
What?
now. Yeah.
You didn't notice that?
No, I hadn't played all week.
Oh yeah. Well, you can see
damn.
all the NPCs on the map now, which is great.
See what? Yeah, because before you would talk to an NPC and then go do something, and then they're in an entirely different part of the fucking map.
Well, you still have to find them first before they'll show up on the map.
Yeah.
But once you find them,
but
They'll
after
always pop up wherever they're at.
yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Even after
if
you
they
find
relocate,
them,
you
yeah.
have to find them again, and then they'll
Oh.
pop up on the map.
I don't think so. I
As
think.
far as I'm aware, because I talked to
Maybe.
the big bear guy, who's I forgot his name.
Are you talking about the wolf guy?
The wolf guy, yeah.
Well, I mean, a
you
bear
know
and a wolf's pretty
the
different.
homie, the wolf guy.
Blythe.
Yeah.
Blythe, yeah. Is that his name?
It's like Blide.
Blade.
Blide.
Blide.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Blide.
Well, I talked to him in one location, and then he moved, and I couldn't find him. And it turns out he was down in the. He told me he was down in the
Norcron.
river. You know what I mean? But
I'll be down in the river.
He down in the river. But I thought I was gonna meet him up by the elevator, so I was like looking for him by the elevator. I couldn't find him, and then I looked all down in the well, and I was like, "Oh, there you are, homie." So.
And he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, and he doesn't know fucking shit. And I don't know. I don't even know. He's like, oh, well, if you find the guy, then, tell me what's up. And he's like, if I find the guy,
Jessica says Blide. Yeah, she's correct with bringing the Blide. Okay, so also now you can track all of your NPCs. In terms of balance updates, players will now find it easier to upgrade their weapons in the early game as the drop rate of smithing stones has been increased and the upgrade material has also been added to some shops. A number of player items, weapons, and sorceries have also been made more effective and easier to use, alongside 24 specific bug issues and general performance upgrades.
They made sorceries better. Like, why?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Well, because everybody was going and getting the Moonveil blade and just like wrecking shop, or and then.
Well, I mean, my thing with that is sorceries were already pretty good. Like, maybe not so much PvP, but like in PvE, shit.
Oh yeah. So Jessica says, "I'm so glad y'all are talking about Elden Ring. That's my boyfriend's shit right now." It's
everybody's shit right now.
It's the shit right now.
Except
It's
for mine
the
this
shit.
past
Yeah.
week.
I love Elden Ring, man. But anyways, okay. Brent, Devin, who's got the
I'm
next?
out of news.
Let's see.
Brent next.
I'll move on. Tom Clancy's X Defiant, Ubisoft's upcoming free-to-play shooter that has drawn comparisons to Call of Duty, no longer carries the Tom Clancy name. It is now simply X Defiant. The reason for the change stems from Ubisoft making the decision to include factions from the game outside of the Tom Clancy universe. While previously announced factions from games like Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, and The Division will still be included, X Defiant won't exclusively feature Tom Clancy adjacent groups.
Now there's ISIS.
Well, I'm thinking maybe, thinking you're going to have, maybe the cult from fucking Far Cry or something.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're
or
definitely going to pull from Far Cry.
Or what's another Ubisoft game?
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you'll have the Assassins Guild, dude.
That'd be kind of cool.
Oh man, what's that? There's another Ubisoft game.
Or they're gonna pull a Fortnite and just bring everything into their world.
Watch Dogs. You could have DeadSec from Watch Dogs.
Nobody know what that means.
I think it's a character.
It must be. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. are you done with that?
You want me to keep going?
No,
You
I got
want
some
more
stuff.
news from me.
Konami has renewed its Silent Hill trademark amid ongoing rumors that a reboot is on the way. As reported by Video Games Chronicle Redditor user Long John Silver. Notice the updated trademark, which came alongside renewals for Frogger, Gradius, The Water Margin, and Tokimeki Memorial. The Silent Hill trademark covers games, virtual reality headsets, and a number of other goods and services, though this isn't particularly unusual as Konami still sells a variety of Silent Hill merchandise. So, I don't know if that's really that big a news or whatever, but, I mean, it is what it is.
Dude, Silent Hill VR experience?
That
I
sounds
doubt it.
honestly horrifying. You know? I don't know how I could do that.
I mean, I guess the draw distance wouldn't have to be that great because you could just make everything foggy.
Dude, what if
Yeah.
you just did
Yeah.
PT in VR, you know?
Oh, that'd be
I'm
terrifying.
good. You
People
could
would
do it.
literally pee their pants.
I would pee my pants.
Yeah,
I would straight up pee my pants.
and I'd do it for fun.
I'd
No.
do it for fun. All right, let's
Chris
see.
is boss level. And then Drive
hey,
by Joe.
Drive by Joe.
Whoa,
He's driving on
whoa.
by. All right, let's see what we got here. PlayStation has bought another game developer to take under its wing of AAA acquisitions.
To cut out the polyphony.
Right? Dude, maybe, actually. It says, as announced per the PlayStation blog. Earlier today, head of PlayStation Studios, Herman Holst, published a new post, PlayStation blog titled, Welcome Haven Studios to the PlayStation Studios family. Today, I'm delighted to announce that Haven Studios is officially joining PlayStation Studios. Jade Raymond brings a wealth of experience from her industry achievements and an infectious passion for creating games. And the leadership team at Haven is equally impressive, blah, 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 blah.
What have they done?
Jade Raymond is incredibly accomplished. She's worked on a lot of the Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs series,
Okay,
and Far
cool.
Cry and Splinter Cell, Blacklist, and Battlefront, and a bunch of other games. But she worked with Visceral Games for a while on that Star Wars game that never actually came out.
1313.
You remember that? She was like in charge of that, and then it.
Wait,
fell-
what's her name?
Amy Hennig.
Oh, Amy Hennig. Okay, so I was like, I thought you said Jade something.
I thought you said Jade something too.
Or no, Jade Raymond. Hold up.
Yeah, Amy Hennig's
Oh,
the
no,
one
no.
who worked on
She
1313.
worked with Amy Hennig. I'm sorry.
Man,
She
what
was
kind
like-
of credentials are those?
She was
It's like, oh, I knew
partners
someone.
with it. No, they were working together on that. You know. What
I got
mean?
her coffee, but
Yeah.
I worked with her on these games.
Look,
I was her like assistant and shit, so like I could totally tell you.
it's not like that, okay?
How do you know, Brent? Where's the facts?
Jade does her own thing, okay?
Fake news.
She's a strong, independent woman who doesn't need Amy Hennig, okay?
We all need Amy Hennig. You take that back. No.
But
Anyways.
yeah, so like she's got her own thing going on. They got a new studio, but apparently she's working on a new multiplayer experience that brings gamers together in a positive, meaningful way.
Yep, it's going
No
to
thanks.
crash and burn. That's not going to
No
happen.
thanks, yeah.
Okay, so no,
What if this multiplayer experience
just brings us all together, dude.
is another Gran Turismo replacement? What if it's like a racer? You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Multiplayer. I don't know.
Could
You
be.
could be right.
That's a stretch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
They knew before it was going to fail. No, but okay, so while there's good news for PlayStation about getting a new team and whatnot, we have some bad news about a new team at Xbox. The new report suggests that Microsoft's The Initiative, that quadruple A studio team, and also the studio developing a reboot of
That was
Perfect
like
Dark,
Septuple.
has suffered significant staff departures over the last 12 months. Staff are apparently leaving the company due to, quote, a lack of creative autonomy and slow development progress, end quote. The report from VGC is compiled or is complied from interviews. It's got to be compiled. They spelled that wrong.
Type in.
Okay, yeah, it's compiled from interviews with unnamed ex-initiative employees and analyses of the studio's structure. It notes that around 34 people have quit within the last year, including much of the senior design team. Game director Dan Newberger appears to have left the team this year, and previous departures include designer director Drew Murray, lead level designer Chris O'Neill, principal world builder Jolyon Myers, and several more of the core team. Okay, so this game's not coming, basically.
Yeah, I saw another thing saying it was in development hell.
Obviously.
Just like, yeah, just bad.
Like literally
No good news.
every like the designer, the director, the fucking artist, like who's there? Like now there's just some dude sitting in like the room and he's just like,
Well, yeah. So are we
Are we
down
gonna-
to like a AA title now?
yeah,
Or
I think
how does-
I think
We've
we're
definitely
indie.
knocked a few A's off. For
yeah.
We're definitely indie now. You know. It says I like your guys' shirts. Wait, like the shirts they're currently wearing? Okay,
or like
yeah.
GameSpeak shirts.
Or the GameSpeak shirts.
Yeah, which you can get at GameSpeak Podcast.
Shamelessly plug our merch.
CreateForSanity.
It is our show.
Yo.
Check it out.
Okay, so Brent, you got any news?
That's it.
All
That's
right.
all the news.
I feel like this is the most important news. I had to bring this out.
No more.
So the creators of the Halo TV series have assured fans that the Chevy Tahoe, spotted in the show's first major trailer, is there for a reason.
Oh no.
In an interview with Polygon, Halo showrunner Stephen Kane and others working on the show addressed the elephant in the room. In this case, the GMT 800 Tahoe that featured in the Super Bowl spot for Paramount Plus's upcoming TV adaptation, explaining that the vehicle's inclusion is intentional, despite it seemingly not fitting in with the show's 26th century setting.
Oh, I don't like that.
Can someone explain to me why?
Maybe it's a classic car. You
Built
know?
You
shit.
can see the picture.
Built Chevy tough.
So what? How are they explaining
So
this?
that's-
Kane admitted that it was, quote, both frightening and exhilarating to know people care that much, end quote, about the series. So you guys didn't care enough to make sure there wasn't a Chevy Tahoe in the back. Like, oh, shit, people actually are watching this. No, but
Let's just see if it pisses them off.
about the series to have examined the footage in such detail ahead of the Halo series Paramount
It
Plus.
wasn't even that much
It says-
detail.
Yeah, though he was quick to dispel any concerns from fans as he confirmed that the Tahoe is included in the show for a reason. What could that be? He says, for people who haven't spent time in the game industry, there's no such thing as too fast a shot to notice something. Kiki Wolfkill, a studio head at 343 and Halo's executive producer, explained further. We have to assume every single frame will be examined. Kane and the Halo team said they scrutinized every detail of the series, meaning everything that made it onto the set had a
Except
rationale
the
behind
vehicles.
it. Yeah, I feel like they did
No,
not.
they're bullshitting their way through this blunder.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they like fucking just CG over it. Like,
Oh, yeah. It says
That would be optimal.
it says it made it onto the screen. It had a rationale behind it, including the specific Chevy Tahoe model, which Polygon says was produced between 2001 and 2006, more than 500 years before Master Chief was born. But the team reiterated that the series is not the game. What people see will be different from what they've expected. Executive producer and director
There's going to be
Otto
Chevy
Bo-
Tahoes everywhere, so get used to it.
Yeah. It says, and
Master
hopefully-
Chief's going to roll up in the fucking the fucking Chevy Tahoe.
it's just like nothing but product placement. There's gonna be like a Ford, like
oh god.
Ford is the best. And, you know, and
Why
like,
would you make a video game
Chief!
show
He
that
turns around
doesn't
eating a
look?
foot-long sub with the Subway wrapper prominently
That's why he's gonna
displayed,
take the helmet off to eat it. So-
and hopefully a strong percentage of fans will be pleased with it. But listen, I'm sure it's going to ruffle some feathers. What explain to us how there's a Chevy Tahoe? Like you're not.
Yeah, that didn't
explaining-
really explain
They
anything.
can't,
I
and
thought they were
that's-
going to be like, look, the fucking sergeant is like a Chevy collector, and he's got one of every model, and like, no, they're just like, hey, we meant to do that, whatever.
Maybe
That
there's
was-
some time travel shit. Maybe that like they find a portal on one of the
Oh,
planets, and like somebody drives a
maybe.
Chevy Tahoe through. And maybe that's not the case, but they're gonna add it now because they
Maybe
fucked
they're
up.
fighting at an ancient relic.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And there's a Chevy Tahoe because it's like
ancient
an
relic.
ancient relic.
But no, it looked like it was drivable.
Yeah, but it was because
because
it's
maybe it's a
ancient
well-preserved
relic. Yeah.
ancient relic.
There's still like there's still tombs in fucking
Look, that-
in Egypt that you can walk up in
All
and
of
just
those
hang out in,
statements,
you know?
Yeah.
So-
no.
The
All of
Easter
those
Island
statements that
heads are
those
in
PR
great shape,
motherfuckers
you
put
know?
out, they're just bullshitting around their big fuck up. Like that's it. They
Dude,
have no answers.
Have you seen the Sphinx? No, I'm just kidding. You can ride that baby for miles.
That thing's way less durable than a Tahoe.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh god.
That's all I'm saying.
Fucking goobers. They should have just been like, "Yep, we fucked up. We're gonna, CG over it." That's all they had to do. Unless,
I
watch
would've-
it, they're gonna use it. in the
Actually,
show.
they shouldn't say that. That's what I was saying. What they should do is just not address it at all, and then like make it disappear from the show.
I think they should lean into it. Make it part of the
well, apparently
more
they
part
are
of the
leaning
show.
into it.
All the warthogs are Chevys.
Yeah. They're going to be like, this was the first warthog, and it's like a Chevy Tahoe. And they'll just be like,
$5 million.
they strapped a gun
my
on a
ass.
Chevy Tahoe.
Jessica says, "Dear God, we need a miracle if a Chevy Tahoe is an ancient relic." No, it will be in 500 years. You know, see, my thing is just like, what vehicle won't be an ancient relic in 500 years?
Well, it's what vehicle is going to make it that long without rusting to pieces?
A Chevy Tahoe.
A Chevy Tahoe.
If there's one thing I believe in, it's Chevy Tahoes.
Oh,
But
fuck.
anyway, so let's jump on over to this week's releases, where we're going to talk about all the brand new games coming in the next 7 days, starting with Rune Factory 5 coming to Switch. It's like the person. What? What are you saying?
I don't know.
What are you saying, Chris? Okay, but Rune Factory 5 is coming to Switch on March 22nd for $59.99. Set off on a grand adventure in a fantasy world with the simulation RPG sequel, Rune Factory 5. Team up with townsfolk to battle monsters and unleash powerful combination attacks. Then we have Sydney Hunter and the Curse of the Mayan. This sounds racist.
Racist.
The Curse of the Mayans? Like, I feel like that's something that, like...
Yeah, maybe the Mayans were laying down mad curses, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, it's like, you know, ancient history, you know, like, you know how we were talking about ancient artifacts and stuff?
Uh-huh.
It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of like demonizing like a culture, you know, like the Mayans like might have been cursed or like given up curses and stuff, you know? Like it could have just been any dude.
I'm thinking the Mayans were really doing some like blood rituals and shit though, you know? Right?
Were they? Is it the Mayans or like the Aztecs?
I don't know.
Like,
that's a good question. See, I don't know enough.
I don't know. I don't know enough either. That's why I don't want to say. But according to this game, it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, March 22nd for $4.99. It's only $4.99, so I guess we can find out pretty easily. But Sydney Hunter and the Curse of the Mayan is an 8-bit style action-adventure platformer where you play a Sydney Hunter, an explorer who gets trapped inside a Mayan pyramid while he is out exploring the region. Okay. We have a Memoir Blue coming to PS4, PS5, PC, March 24th. Couldn't find a prize. A Memoir Blue is a magical journey that follows a young champion swimmer named Miriam as she reflects on a mysterious day from her childhood when her mother took her on an unexpected trip to a neighboring city. Okay. Wait, I didn't know they did that curse them for this curse. Thank you, Chris. Curse them for this curse. Okay, and then we got Expedition Zero coming to PC on March 24th for a price unidentified. Expedition Zero is a survival horror game in which you will need some state-of-the-art tech, engineering skills, and a keen sense of observation to move forward. And then we have Relayer coming to PS4, PS5, March 24th for $59.99. A next-generation robot SRPG set in a sci-fi alternate reality in which star children, humans who have been granted special abilities, take on an extraterrestrial threat known as the Relayers. Command a squadron of stellar gear, humanoid weapons developed from the technology of ancient alien civilizations to defend Earth from the invading Relayer aliens. Okay. And then we have The Ascent, which has been on like Game Pass for a year or so, but it's coming to PS4 and PS5 now on March 24th for $29.99. The Ascent is a solo and co-op action RPG set in a cyberpunk world. That's all you need to know. Then we got Andro.
Definitely not all you need.
That's all you need to know. No, it's like it looks like
it's like Diablo in space, yeah.
Not in space though. You're like in cyberpunk.
That's all
world.
you need to know.
It's like Diablo in space. That's like nothing to do with space. Okay. They got Andro Dunos 2 coming to 3DS, PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC on March 25th for $19.99. The sequel to the classic shoot 'em up, Andro Dunos 2, is an epic side-scrolling space journey where you fight and explode hundreds of spaceships thanks to various weapons. Then we have Ghostwire Tokyo coming to PS4, PC, PS5, and PC on March 25th for $59.99. Ghostwire Tokyo is a tense action-adventure thriller from the creators of The Evil Within. After strange disappearances hit Tokyo's population, it's up to you to uncover this source and purge the city of a strange new evil. And then we have Kirby in the Forgotten Land.
I'm sorry.
Evil! And then we got Kirby and the Forgotten Land coming to Switch March 25th for $59.99. In the mysterious world of Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Kirby can freely navigate 3D areas using his special copy abilities. What lies in store for Kirby as he explores a world filled with abandoned structures from a past civilization?
Chevy Tahoes.
Chevy Tahoes. Just like zooms in real nice, like all these Chevy Tahoes. And then we got Tiny Tina's Wonderlands coming to PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X, and PC on March 25th for $59.99. Embark on an epic adventure full of whimsy, wonder, and high-powered weaponry. Bullets, magic, and broadswords collide across this chaotic fantasy world brought to life by the unpredictable Tiny Tina in Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, a wild fantasy loot-'em-up from the creators of Borderlands. So,
Man, it's a pretty big week for games.
Though I have heard not very good things about Ghostwire Tokyo, like since it's dropped, or like since all the reviewers have dropped their stuff on it, it's been getting like 6s and 7s.
I saw a 7 for it. It looks like fun to me still. I don't know.
They said it's just like really bland, like the open world is. Like the game, they say like it's like it's cool like whenever you first start, but then it just get repetitive. Like you just do the same thing in every area. But I get it. But hopefully they patch it and like add some shit to it. This is from what I'm reading on it. But
Time to check it out. I don't know.
For $79.99. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways,
No, thank you.
let's jump on over to currently playing, where we'll let you guys know what we've been playing this week. So
I'll go first because y'all are both going to talk about the same game.
yeah,
I've only played one game this whole week, and it's fucking Sea of Thieves. And I honestly regret... No, fuck both of y'all.
I honestly regret playing Sea
I
of
honestly
Thieves.
regret not playing it sooner. Me, my brother, and my cousin have been playing it. So I've had a crew to play with the whole time.
Oh, nice,
okay.
Yeah, I hadn't been running solo. We've all been playing it together.
Solo, that game is so lonely and sad.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
solo, I didn't mind. I played a little bit solo, and I didn't mind it too much. But no, we have been doing all kinds of pirate shenanigans and just going and getting treasure and shit and doing dumb shit out on the open seas, and it's been so much fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, we put.
I had a
shit.
friend I worked with for a long time that tried to convince me like every day to play Sea of Thieves with him. He was like really into it.
Yeah, well,
I hated that guy.
We've always liked the whole pirate shit and everything. And
Chris.
so now that we all get to be pirates on the same boat, and like the mechanics are fun too and whatnot, it's been a great time.
Chris,
so that's what I've been playing all
Games
week.
are expensive now. Go Series X and get Game Pass if you're gonna play games, because then you pay like $15 a month and have access to all these great games. But if you want to pay $79.99, then you can
Go to PlayStation.
go to PlayStation. But no. So Sea of Thieves, I'm not hating. I like that game, but it is lonely if you don't have a crew.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can only have like 4 people on a team,
Yep.
that's
Four people to a
upsetting.
boat.
We
Yeah.
need bigger boats. We're
So,
gonna need a
Dude, hopefully, I'm really hoping that Ubisoft's pirate game comes to fruition. It's worth a damn. That would be dope.
What was it called? Black
It's
Flag?
never gonna
Black-
come out.
No,
Skull and Bones.
Skull
and
and
Bones. Yeah,
it's
Black
not
Flag.
happening.
Brent, I guess you and I
American
can talk
dream.
about the only game that matters at the moment.
Yes.
Elden Ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I just wanted to fucking hate Elden Ring for some reason. I really did. I like went into it. I just wanted to shit all over it. But I fucking love that game so much.
So good.
It is so fucking good.
It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like an open world that feels open. Like I don't. It's very rare to feel open in an open world nowadays. I feel like everything. It's like you either have Far Cry open world where it's like, all right, you know exactly what you're getting into. There's not really much mystery. Like it's gonna be a Far Cry open world. Same with Assassin's Creed. Same shit. Like it's like you go in, you know what you're getting.
Well, it's an open world that's full of adventure.
Okay.
Like there's a random adventure that you can just stumble upon.
I don't
Like,
necessarily feel like Assassin's Creed is like not like it's not an empty open world.
It's not
just,
that it's empty.
It's overwhelming. Okay, what I like about Elden Ring's map is it feeds it to you a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Like when you first start the game, it's this tiny little square, and it makes you feel like that's the whole map until you've explored past a little bit of the boundary, and then it zooms out a little, and like you never really are shown the full scope of the map until after you've been like
Everywhere.
way into
Yeah.
it. Assassin's Creed Odyssey puts you on like this island at the beginning, but then shows you this massive map, and you're like, you think to yourself, I don't want to do this. This
Yeah,
is
it's
just
too
too
much.
much. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
That's kind of the vibe that I got from Odyssey too. It was just overwhelming.
yeah, it's like way too much. I don't know. Odyssey's the only game I've ever played where I'm like, this is just too big of a map. Like, I don't care. I don't want this much.
Well,
map.
that's my problem with other like open world games at the moment is I feel like they have to step their shit up after Elden Ring. Like after the going in, it feels like the NES Zelda. Like you just go and there's mysteries and there's fucking like shit that like it's just everything's a secret, you know? And that's what I like about it is like you're just like uncovering all these secrets. You find a cave, you see like a fucking candle out in the woods and you go up and press something on it and like a ghost comes out and you follow the ghost and he takes you to a cave that you probably passed like 14 times and never noticed. Like shit like that. Like, and you might run into something that your friend has never fucking seen, but you've been playing just as long. Like at this point, I'm at like 87 hours and I still am just now about to beat the story, and I have like literally hundreds of other things I haven't done yet. Like, and I can tell just based on the items I have, you know, like you can see like, oh, I still have a bunch of open slots for items, like key items and shit like that. So
yeah, I feel that for sure. Although I will say it kind of bums me out because Horizon Forbidden West is some of the best like world building I've seen in an open world game in a long time, and like, you know, nobody's given it any credit at all because Elden Ring is so good. You know what I mean? And that's fair. You know, Elden Ring is an excellent game, but like it totally overshadowed one of the other best games of the fucking like, you know, past 10 years. You know what I mean? Like Horizon Forbidden West is also excellent, but I won't even go down that road. Fucking, I'm gonna stay on the Elden Ring road. You're right. There's like a million things.
Hold on. Sup, PSVR multiplayer? What's going on?
What's up?
Welcome to the
I like
stream.
PSVR multiplayer.
He is the PSVR guy.
But yeah, go ahead, Brent.
So yeah, no. Like you said, I'm like 39 hours in, I think, right now. But I'm like, I'm only beating the third like main boss, right? And I'm like level 70 or some shit. I'm just going around like I'm still exploring like the original like bulk of the map because I just like can't
Limgrave and all that area.
I can't stop going around and like fucking beating all the little bosses because at this point I'm so overpowered. I'm just like fucking just smashing everybody. You know what I mean? Fucking in the early levels. So I'm just going through and beating every little mini boss because the rewards are so good. You get,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
and every reward feels awesome. Like even if you're not gonna use it, you're just like fuck yeah.
Dude, I went through a portal earlier in the game, like just some random portal I found. Like, and sometimes it takes you to like just this place where it's like insta death, you know what I mean? And sometimes it takes you somewhere cool. So like I went through this one portal and it took me to this like bridge in this beautiful area that I hadn't been to yet in the game. And like I went up and this like fought this little troll dude, and then I went off to the right and I found this fucking like thing, and it's a medallion you can wear as one of your like talismans, and it slowly recovers your health points. Like bruh. Fucking,
dude, there's so many different
I'm straight
talismans.
at this point. I can just hide in a corner if I like, you know, and never have to fucking use a flask, bro.
Dude,
like,
but the HP regain is so minimal that like you could be waiting a while.
it's only between fights when it's useful.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're exploring, it generates enough health to where most of the time I'll enter a fight with a full health bar and like not have to. If I can survive the fight without using a flask, like I barely have to use flasks anymore. Like it's incredible.
Are you still strength or what did you start as?
I'm a Dex.
Oh, you were Dex, yeah. What have you been putting your points into?
Just Dex and Vigor, dude.
Okay.
My guy is a fucking tank. Like he's got like a insane life bar, and like I just blast people. Like I've tried to mix up the Ashes of War on my katana. Like I infused it with cold. I did a few other things, but like none of it is as good as just the base fucking.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need to find the Uchigatana Ash of War and put it on, or it's the unsheath, but put it on it.
Put it on
it's
it
the
with
same,
it.
It'll be the
so
same
it'll
exact
double
move.
up the
it
thing.
increases the scaling.
No,
yeah,
I'll tell you what. Get that seppuku. That's what I've been using, a seppuku.
My
so
thing
like,
is though, I'm not trying to look up anything.
No, I just so like
I'm
I found it. So basically like. Seppuku is just an ash of war that like whenever you're Dex or whatever, you like stab yourself in the stomach with your sword or whatever you got, and it like lowers your health by like a little bit, but it gives you bleed like on your sword for like a minute and like a minute and a half. Like your shit's covered in blood, so like you can just go up and start doing like extra blood, fucking.
That's
or like
real.
it builds
I've got
blood
like
a lot faster.
hundreds of blood grease right now, though. Like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? I have that shit on the quick too. So if I need to blood grease my sword, like I can do it fast and like.
That's
furious
all
pretty
you. That's all you
regularly,
need. All you need
know?
is blood.
But like, man, that's another thing. I've got so much shit saved up for when I finally meet a boss that like gives me a fucking challenge. Because up to this point, like I have just been annihilating every single fucking boss I come through within like 5 or 6 tries. Like fucking the Queen of the Moon, fuck that bitch, dude. Like,
Oh yeah,
like,
she was super
fucking
weak against
easy
melee.
peasy. Margate, fucking all them, dude. Like just boom, boom, boom. Like, but that's because I'm like exploring. I think I'm playing the game the way the game is like. I don't know. I don't want to say it's meant to be played, but like I feel like if you don't like take the time to go out and like really
Explore.
drink in the game, you're gonna be super underleveled by the time you get to the bosses, and then you're gonna be like, "Why is it so hard?"
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's not. It's only as hard as you make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which is
you can
know,
go into any encounter as leveled up as you want to be, or as underleveled as you want to be.
I'll tell you what, there are like there is this one Evergel or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, like where if you go to the like it looks like a sewer grate like out in the open, and you go up and you're like inner
Oh
Evergel.
yeah, I love those.
There's one that it doesn't matter what your level is, like what you got. This dude will fuck you the fuck up. Like I cannot get past him, and like I've just left, and like I've gone back like several times. I literally gained 10 levels since the last time I fought him. Came back and I like found out his weakness. Went in there, still fucking beat the shit out of me.
Did you hit him with a rune arc? You like fucking
I
power
never
your
use
shit
rune
up?
arcs. Like
You gotta power up and then go in there and try it.
I've
Fucking-
still yet to use a rune arc.
Same.
I'm still using the same shit, like my same armor and shit, like from the very beginning, like everything. Like I've just been trying to run through the game like that, and then just leveling up my dex and my arcane, and then like throwing Art of War.
Bro, go find
or,
that
Ash of War.
motherfucker and throw a rune arc on and take his ass on. I guarantee you, fucking, you've gotten your great rune and shit from the big fingers, right? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got a lot of that shit, but I'm just like, I feel like I have to beat it without the rune arc. Still like New Game Plus or something. I don't know why. It's just like I already started it this way, so now I'm like, now I have to do it. I'm like, I'm 80 something hours in. I'm like, I have to finish it.
I mean, the rune arcs aren't exactly like cheap or easy to find. I feel like you should use them whenever you want.
I have like
you know what I
100
mean?
of them.
A bunch.
Oh, really?
I have a
whole
lot of like
Well, if you're not
know-
gonna use them, I'd sell them. You know,
yeah.
make some money. You know, fucking.
Well, saving them for New Game Plus is what my goal was. Like that,
that's real,
or
I
like
guess.
dropping them to another
My thing
character.
is, I just been saving them for like when I find a challenge, but I haven't like found anything that's maybe like want to fucking bust them out yet. And I have like a whole bunch of shit in my inventory that I'm waiting for that one boss, you know? Because I know in Sekiro, there were a few of the bosses where I like had to fucking try every different strategy, like come up with like different ways, you know? That's one thing that I have just yet to like encounter in this game is a boss where I have to like study the patterns and fucking figure out like the movement and like how it's gonna.
What
like,
boss are you on, the story mode wise?
I'm about to fight the 4th boss. I haven't got there yet. I don't even really know where to go. I'm kind of just dicking around. I worked my way up through the moon bitch,
Leonia Lakes.
and I went up the further up that way, and now I'm like kind of going around in
The capital?
I don't even know, man. I'm up in the mix, dude. You know? I think I'm about to I've got a lot of the map unlocked, but I'm kind of just going around I don't even really know where I am.
Just living it, living in the world.
Just
That's the
living it,
thing.
you know? I'm out
Living
in
in
the
the moment.
wilderness, you know.
It honestly feels like you live in this world. Like it's great. Like there's like barely any NPCs, but it still feels alive. Like that's what I love about it.
The ones you do meet feel so meaningful, though. You
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I mean? Especially when you run into the same one in a different spot somewhere else. You're like, hey,
Hey,
I know you.
Yeah.
They're like, hello, Tarnish, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck you just said.
Bro, it's super important to talk to people, though.
Oh, I know.
90% of my cool items have come from just like repeatedly talking and like talk to people more than once.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'll talk
Oh,
to
yeah.
somebody like until they just start feeding me the same line over and over again.
You have
Because,
to
like,
in Souls games.
Yeah.
There'll
It's
be no
fun.
cue to talk to them again. It's so,
Yeah, I think that's a funny trick. I imagine all the people who've never played a Souls game who have jumped on, We're talking about Elden Ring, Chris. I imagine all the people who have never played like a Soulsborne game before, like hopping on and they're just like missing all this shit because they think like that's it. Like
there's so much shit. Like you wouldn't even be able to upgrade your like bearing bell or whatever, or your like spirit bell if you don't fucking talk to people and shit. Like you know what I mean? Like, and I would never have figured that out. Like I just happened onto it. You know what I mean? Like if I just go around and just talk to everybody over and over again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
I see that bitch every time I go. I'm like, I walk in. She's like, "Would you like a hug?" I'm like, "No," and I just walk off.
No.
I ain't falling for that. Actually, it's crazy. Anyways, lots of game. Did you play anything else besides Elden Ring, or was that?
I've been playing Forza Horizon 5 to chill myself out. That's kind of my like.
In between.
Bro, let me know when you play it.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I really kind of just play the Battle Royale mode and, like, do donuts and, like, jump off ramps and shit. That's kind of like...
The Battle Royale mode's pretty fun.
It's really
for
fun,
a racing. I never thought a racing Battle Royale would be fun, but yeah.
It's weird because, like, the way I play it, like, I barely do anything. Like, I just drive around, like, and take in the Mexico countryside, you know? Like, I barely do races. I barely do fucking anything. I like to jump the ramps and do the stupid shit, you know?
Break all the signs.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But nice. All right. So if you want to let us know what you've been playing, drop it in the chat, drop it in the Facebook group, at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast and on the YouTube channel, wherever, just drop it and we'll talk to you about it. We're going to jump on over to today's topic of the show, which is unsolved video game mysteries. It sounds like what Destruction All-Stars was shooting to be is what PSVR multiplayer says. I think he's talking about the Forza Battle Royale.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, because Destruction All-Stars... What part are you talking about, PS?
I didn't really play Destruction All-Stars. I think that was kind of like a Twisted Metal type thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I don't know why in my head I was thinking of the PlayStation, like, Smash Bros. Ripoff. What was that one called? All-Star...
Oh, you're thinking of Sony All-Stars or whatever.
Yeah,
Sony...
I thought that's what he was saying for a second. I was like, because it's like Destruction All-Stars.
Yeah, no.
But, yeah, it sounds something similar. But, yeah, it's kind of like that. Isn't it like you drop into the Battle Royale in Forza and then like you pick up parts for your car?
No, so like, okay, you drop down and
there's random car spawns.
Yeah, you start in a shitty car and then you can like drive up and find like better cars, and then you can also race people to checkpoints
if you catch up to someone, you can initiate a race, and then y'all both have to race to a randomly generated checkpoint. Whoever wins can take the car of the opponent or choose to upgrade their car by one. So if you beat somebody that has a car like 4 levels above yours, then obviously you can take that car.
Yeah. But does that knock them out of the Battle Royale?
Completely out. They're done.
Nice.
One and done.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's so smart.
Yeah, no gulag in this
There's
one.
also like a shrinking circle, so you got to like progressively move inwards. I don't know, it's fun.
It's cool.
I figured out a good strat to win almost always unless I get fucked on a car.
What's the strat?
So
Guns.
you want to ride, you want to like cover like the edge of the circle, and if anybody comes up to you to challenge, drive towards the center of the circle, challenge them, and then you're already going in the right direction.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Gets them every time because the amount of time it takes them to turn around from them racing up to you, you just win.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, do it. You'll win.
The only problem is when you get to the end game and then you have to race to the
that's what I'm saying.
Spot,
like, you can at least for sure get to the end. Like everybody go to the one point.
Yeah.
You can for sure get to that with that strat.
Yeah. That's cool.
Get your strats.
I found a strat for that part.
Strat.
If you can survive to that like part at the end, you can kind of tell how the circle's gonna spawn. So I can like position myself usually in the right direction and then like burn off right at the edge of the circle.
Have you won one yet?
Yeah, I've won one. I've played like hundreds. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! No, try that shit, dude. I've won like 3 in a row. Like the second time I played that shit.
Wow. Okay.
Use that
Strats
strat.
with Devin. Yeah, like that's what new strats. Okay.
Fucking, it's a cheese. Actually.
I want to start this off with a big one, and it's because it's right behind us on the screen. But the first mystery I want to bring...
we're going into this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, unsolved video game mysteries.
Okay.
Yeah, I already said...
Dun.
We went back. We backtracked.
Yeah, sorry. Got a little distracted there.
Okay, first one. L is real from Mario 64. Okay, so if you look at the picture behind us, if you're watching the live feed, we got the little fountain from Mario 64, where it's like in that area where there's like all the booze outside of the castle, and then there's like a little like star, and on the plaque it says L is real, or at least that's what everybody thinks it says. And back in the day, people were breaking this down because everybody wanted Luigi to be in the game.
Yep.
So everybody thought this must mean Luigi's in the game somewhere.
It was like L is real, like 2401.
Yeah, just some numbers.
Like some crazy big number that everybody thought was like the number of stars you needed.
And it's still to this day, nobody really knows what it says. And so it has this mystery still around it, even though it's probably just some random shit. But I've seen like the best answer for it is that somebody, how whenever you just randomly populate like text in a box, it's called like Ipsum or something. You know what I'm talking about? Something Ipsum, and it's like all this random nonsense, like non-real words. Let me see. Ipsum. Okay, so in publishing and graphic design, lorem ipsum is a placeholder text commonly used to demonstrate the visual form of a document or a typeface without relying
type stuff out.
Yeah, without relying on meaningful content.
Okay.
So lorem ipsum may be used as a placeholder before the final copy is available, and so you don't get in trouble, for whatever. It looks like lorem ipsum, and so a lot of people think that that's what it was because there's also a tomb in The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or like a rock that has something that looks very similar. And people thought like, oh, is L is real? It's all connected.
Yeah, interconnected.
But really, they just needed placeholder
just
text,
filler text
like that you can't read. So nobody knows if that's the case or what. So maybe L is real, but we'll never know.
All right. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll go.
Okay.
Mine is from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Ooh, there's a lot in that game.
But my favorite one is one that most people have probably actually encountered.
You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch. When you're walking through town, you meet a guy who's looking for his buddy Gavin. And he's just walking around town like, I can't find Gavin. Where's Gavin? Where's Gavin? And you can look all over that fucking game. And you'll never find Gavin. The mystery persists to this day. Nobody's ever found Gavin. The Reddit threads have gone crazy. People have scoured the internet and the game for
Mass
Gavin.
suicide. No, I'm just kidding.
There's been theories. There's been like dead bodies found in the world, and people have speculated that the body might be Gavin's. You know what I mean? But
that'd be interesting.
It's a stretch. You know what I mean? It's like, who knows? It's one of the big mysteries to this day. It's like, was there a quest that originally involved Gavin that they just cut from the game?
They didn't have the
this
time.
character's fun, let's just leave him in, or did they just forget about him altogether because there's so much shit in the game? You know what I mean?
Well, there's a skeleton model that somebody data mined out of the game that is never found in the game either.
Interesting.
It's a two-headed skeleton. Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that shit. That's crazy.
People and modders / hackers have hacked online lobbies to make them spawn and just beat the shit out of you.
That's terrifying, dude.
Chris says, I shot him. I found him. He's in the basement. I don't believe you, Chris.
So, going on the subject of Red Dead Redemption, I have the Strange Man from Red Dead Redemption.
The Strange
Man. Who
Man.
makes an appearance in 1 and 2.
What?
Yes. So the Strange Man, and nobody still to this day, nobody knows exactly. There's speculation.
About
so this is a little bit of an excerpt, just to better explain it, because So it's from Indigala by Susanna Yaroveska. That's probably the best I'll pronounce that.
Sounds good.
Although there's no confirmation about the exact identity of the Strange Man, the sequel Red Dead 2 gave us some sort of insight into him. He's an NPC that the game believes the Strange Man, one NPC from the game believes the Strange Man is a Grim Reaper. There's rumors that he is some kind of otherworldly being because he appears and talks to John Marston and Arthur Morgan in both Red Dead 1 and 2. And one of the weirdest things...
What does he say?
Well, that's the thing.
Like cryptic
shit. So he has 3 different encounters with John Marston.
In the first one?
And I think it's in the first...
It's in
post game.
It's in the first one, but he also has one with John Marston in the second game, too.
Oh, okay.
And on his last encounter with John Marston, he says something about, this is a fine spot. And it's the spot where John Marston meets his fate.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
And so, and several other things. Yeah.
Well, and then, isn't it like the same thing with, the last time he talks to him, he says, this is the last time I'll talk to you or whatever, or this is the last time we'll be meeting.
The last time we saw each other before you even meet him or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, some weird shit. But he's like just part of the story. Like he just pops up and talks and then disappears.
refers to the meeting spot as a fine spot and it's before John Marston dies.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
That's creepy.
So a lot of
dude.
speculation is that he's like Death of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, and I guess he wouldn't pop up to Arthur, and if it wasn't because Arthur, I mean, you know, I don't want to spoil nothing, but yeah.
Red Dead.
Chris says, or the giant skeleton on top of the mountain. Yeah, I heard about that one too. Now, I've got a Red Dead one for you guys. Besides those ones, there's like an area in the game in the woods that has like a like it's actually nearby like this village, like this like creepy village, and there's like a pentagram like in the ground, and people have found out that if you put bodies there, they decay a lot faster, and like they decay like really fast, and then if you walk away and come back, they'll like have regened, or like you know, they'll even come back to life, like. And it's some weird thing, like nobody can figure out like what was supposed to happen here, because there's some weird like stuff going on where Arthur will like kind of kneel into the grass kind of, and they think like maybe there might have been a story like quest that was here and they took it out but left parts of it and all this stuff. So it's
weird.
It's really
I
interesting.
feel like there's a lot of that in Red Dead. Like
No,
they were
there
gonna,
is.
you know, make it into a quest, and then it just, let's just leave.
Let's
some
just
of
throw
that
it,
in
but
there.
leave
That's
it, yeah.
fun, yeah.
There's another area. It's a part of the woods somewhere in Red Dead 2 that you can hear whispering.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, nobody's figured out what the whispering leads to.
There's the ghost train in Red Dead 2 I've personally seen that they don't really explain. It's just like you'll be riding along and like you'll hear a train and you turn around and there's like this translucent fucking glowing train riding down the tracks. Like
That's so badass.
it's really cool. I don't know.
I love things
all
like
the
that.
all the random shit in Red Dead's really cool.
Brent?
All right, let's see what we got here.
Or was it you?
No, I already went. I did a Red Dead, and then I did El is Real.
Okay, so for my next one, I had El is Real on mine too, so I'm down one here. But in Perfect Dark, in the game's warehouse level, players can see what appears to be an ammo box with a question mark over it. This box is on the other side of the gate on the ceiling, or a grate on the ceiling, and it appears to be impossible to reach. Even weirder, the game's official strategy guide points the box out, saying, "You might also look up at the ammo box behind the question mark grate. Pretty suspicious, eh? Why is it there?" Some fans have speculated that the developers only put it there to screw with everybody. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one right there. I think it has to have just been like kind of a prank.
Sorry, somebody's like at my door. But yeah, so anyways, so hold on. Tell me what happens with this box again. I'm so sorry. Somebody knocked like on our door.
No, it's okay. There's a box with a question mark over it that looks like an ammo box, but like you can't get to it in the game in Perfect Dark. And like in the guidebook, you know how like games used to come with a fucking guidebook.
Yeah.
In the guidebook, no, nobody there.
It's the ghost.
Oh,
It's
God,
a mystery.
Ghost? Oh, that's creepy.
The strange man's gonna get us.
Yeah, dude.
No, it wasn't locked, and there was nothing there.
Okay.
That's
All
creepy.
right, well,
Hey, look, we've invited the haunts guys.
it's like the fucking the live leak emblem just like appears in our live stream.
Goodness, that would be horrifying.
Oh,
I don't want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but okay. So another one really interesting is that in Doom Eternal, I believe it's Doom Eternal. It might be Doom 2016. I can't remember. They're both basically the same game though. But like in one of the Dooms, you go to this like room where there's like purple acid shit, and like if you drop off the side like right whenever you enter the room and like into the lava, you can see an alligator, and it like as soon as you see it, it like drops under the water. And so like
Great.
and like people have like gone and like broken the camera to where you can go see it, and like no matter what, as soon as you observe it, it goes underwater. There's no like collision detection on it or anything like that. And like people have asked like the creators like what the alligator is like at a panel, and they're like, what alligator? Like they didn't even know it was there. Like some art designer put it in there. But, like,
I bet that's
But
what a lot of these are. Is like
yeah,
somebody,
totally.
Yeah.
I would do it in
This-
every game I worked on if I was.
I bet this
Oh,
next
yeah.
one is that exact case. It's from Resident Evil 4. So there's a NPC character in green.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That's hidden, and it's you literally have to change settings to be able to see it, and it's the character's also rendered in 2D. And yeah, so during normal gameplay, a player needs an enhanced sniper scope just to see the outline of the character, which only adds to the bizarre nature of the NPC, who just nobody knows who the person is, and why it's so hard to see him, and why they're 2D. And
got to be one of the developers or something slipping his
just a selfie in
his
there.
girlfriend in there or something like.
Rocky Demise, we appreciate that. Yeah, we're going all out on the mysteries today.
Lots of facts.
Mainly
just opinions and assumptions. Yeah. I don't know that there's many facts being
theories.
slung.
Lots of theories. Yeah. Brand, what's another theory from you? No, I'm just kidding. But it's facts that these things exist. The mystery around them is more the theories because
it's the mysteries here, you know. So here's a weird one for you. Apparently on the game Sonic CD, it was a classic game.
Haunted. No,
it's haunted as fuck.
Classically haunted.
I will read you guys this weird little excerpt here.
So
Sonic CD was a classic game and introduced Metal Sonic to the franchise in an epic race boss fight down the Stardust Speedway. However, players can access a very mysterious screen by entering down, down, left, right, and pressing the A button. This will bring up the sound test screen and allows players to put in different set values. Certain values will bring up Easter egg images, such as Sonic looking very kawaii, or Tails next to a car, Sonic drawn Batman style. But the most bizarre image, however, occurs when FM46PCM12DA25 is inputted. The scene shows repeated images of Sonic with a mustache and a heavily distorted face. Spine-chilling music plays as the message "Infinite Fun, Sega Enterprises Majin" is shown on the screen. In case you didn't know, Majin is a Japanese for evil spirit. So
that's creepy.
Yeah.
Now I feel like that's got to be a meme. Like the picture of that, like somewhere, somebody's using that picture as a meme right now.
No doubt.
Yeah. Okay, so that one's pretty fucking crazy. But okay. Damn it. It was like right on the tip of my tongue because there was one very similar to that one. It was like an older game like that. Go ahead, Devin. I got to remember because that one was...
So there's a mystery in Skyrim, which comes to no surprise. It's a huge game. So apparently across the lands there are 5 bug jars. And Skyrim is a land of discovery. Like most Bethesda games, the expansive map is lined wall to wall with interesting moments, encounters, collectibles. So much so that real life can be overtaken by your virtual one. Skyrim has provided us with the quote tantalizing mystery scattered throughout the frozen dragon-infested lands. The player can find these little jars with living insects in them, all different insects. They contain a butterfly, a bee, a dragonfly, a torchbug, and a moth. There's no quest tied to the bug jars, and they serve no purpose other than decorating your house and showing your friends. What makes this a mystery is the strange runic symbols that are on the inside of the lids of each of the jars, leading players to believe that they are in fact connected and not just a haphazard addition.
Yeah.
And they're like legitimate. Each one's a different symbol and everything, and people have collected them and have, theorized to no end what they are. There's subreddits to it and this and that.
There's got to be something.
And nobody has been able to find any linking them.
And that's
to
one of the
anything
things
in the
that
world.
makes Skyrim so great is that they have just items you could collect like that and just put it in your house with no value, no meaning other than just to be it's just like being able to pick up the bones and shit. It's like you're never gonna use a bone for anything. You know what I mean? But you could pick it up and you could put it in your inventory. You could fill up a bathtub with bones if you want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
you could.
There is okay, so there's one cool one about Half-Life where basically the developers were watching people do this what is it called? I don't know why I'm saying what is it called, but speed running, basically version of it, and they were commentating on it. I think it was on IGN or something, And he gets to this part, and the guy's like, "Oh, this would be so much better with if he did the baby in the basket thing." And they're like, "The what?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the one. No one's figured that one out. The baby in the basket or whatever. They're like the basket baby." And like they kept on like referencing it and like how it was somehow related to like the gnome in like there's I forget
what.
I think in like Half-Life, maybe it's Half-Life Alyx or it's one of the Half-Life games. You can take a gnome all the way from the beginning of the game. Oh, I think this is in actually Half-Life 2 maybe, but you take the gnome all the way, you find it, it's just an object, and you just carry it with you all the way to the end of the game and put it in a rocket ship before you leave, and like you get some achievement or whatever and like some shit. But and so people have been trying to figure out what this baby in the basket thing is for like a long time and still haven't figured it out. But basically nobody knows. But because they have like the physics engine, people have found that there's actually like a baby doll in one area, like it's just kind of laying on the ground, and there's a basket. And people are like, okay, what do you do? Is there something you got to do with this?
Obviously, you need to put the baby in the basket.
They've already done that. Like people have tried millions of things. Like there's just nobody can figure out what this baby in the basket
is. The basket movable with the physics of the game? So you could theoretically put the baby in the basket, carry the basket
all the way to the end,
and the basket might do some kind of crazy thing that like launches you off. Like what if when you put the baby in the basket, there's some kind of collision detection thing and it like shoots you off?
I have no idea.
There's got to be something crazy, dude. I want to know what this is, you know?
Well, don't we all? We all want to know what the baby in the basket is.
I like this one. This is a good one right there.
And it's from the developers. The developers were the ones who brought it up. So everybody's
they're
like,
being assholes.
They were probably just throwing some bullshit out there.
Oh, of course, dude, the baby in the basket. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's not going to pull the old dino in the hamper trick?
Never heard of the baby in the basket? Come on,
that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe they were just fucking around, but you never know. You never know.
Is it Brent? Or?
It can be.
Yeah, Brent,
go ahead, Brent.
All right, so my last one is basically just all the alien shit from Grand Theft Auto 5.
And the mountain.
Mount
it's all centered around this crazy, mysterious mountain with a mural. You do actually see a UFO depending on if you do certain things in the game, but you have to do like a huge amount of shit. You know what I mean?
I thought that was a mod. Like
No. Whoever wrote that article that you read probably, because I read the same one, is totally full of shit. There's definitely ways to encounter a UFO in the game without mods. Like,
really?
100%. But you have to do, like, it's like a completionist type quest. Like, you have to, like, completely 100% the fucking single-player game. Like, I'm pretty sure. Like, there's, like, you have to find, like, a whole bunch of parts to make this space car that this guy's trying to make. And then, like, after you've done that mission, you have to do some other shit. I don't know. But there's a way. I'm pretty sure.
You're right.
You know?
But the whole it's a jetpack, an alien, and one other thing, and then it all leads up to like this top totem thing, and it's in the mountain.
And there's nothing there,
and people have like searched to no end to try to figure out what it is. Nothing.
One of these days we'll figure it out. Well, you know, and whenever GTA 6 comes out,
Rockstar just loves doing that shit. Maybe they just like fucking with their players. Like.
That's how GTA 6 is gonna get announced. An alien's gonna just drop into GTA 5 and just fucking.
It's time, bitches. And like,
well, everybody thought the picture of the map was gonna be the GTA 6 shit. Oh. Like people were getting real cryptic with that.
Yep. So Devin, go ahead.
So my last one, and something that I've always wondered from a little kid, and it has now recently become a pretty big meme, the biggest mystery of them all.
Which one?
What does Diglett look like? Underground, in Doug Trio too.
I kind of think of him like the Easter Island heads, you know? Like he's just got like a body.
Yeah.
Like a full
but is it like
buff body?
I've seen like the Doug Trio. Have you seen the Doug Trio meme of like it's just a bunch of buff dudes under the ground, like,
like spooning, like.
Yes, they're all hugging each other.
Okay, final one for me. Sorry, is it's the one that Jessica brought up. Yeah, so it's in Shiverburn Galaxy, and part of the Grandmaster Galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Several shadowy figures with hollow eyes can be seen standing on a cliff in the background. As the figures belong to the Galaxy Sky model, they cannot be reached in-game, even by using flight or moon jump hacks. But the thing is like, they're just kind of there. Like, they don't make any sense with, like, the area. Like, it's just random, and you have to be looking for them to notice them. and nobody really knows why it's there. You know, so yeah, as she said, yes, those shadow figures are fucking weird, and they are. They're creepy, especially for a Super Mario game. But like, I mean, Super Mario is mysterious and always has been, in my opinion. At least, especially after 64, they've always had like a kind of creepy like mystery thing going on in the background. Like if you look hard enough, kind of like Majora's Mask. But I just kind of want to know what it was. Like, why was it there? What were they thinking? You know, it's a kid's game. Why are they putting this creepy? Yeah, once you see them, you can't unsee them. But anyways, that's it for our, unsolved mysteries in games. It's been
There's
a great topic.
plenty more of unsolved mysteries.
Yeah, we'll have to do a part 2. I really like that one. I love
Fun
mysteries.
topic
man.
there.
But
we're gonna find some like creepy ones next time, like some really disturbing,
disturbing mysteries of video games. I like that. I like that. Then we're gonna do the People's Champ. Which, is obviously the person who wrote in the championist question.
The most
Yes,
champions.
we got some great questions. Let's see.
The most people of the champions. What? Well,
Okay, I'm gonna go with Joey Burgos here. Joey says, just joining the stream, so maybe you've covered it, but Sony acquiring Haven Studios before we have even seen a product. How good do you think this game is going to be that Sony wasted no time to buy them? Well, I think honestly what you're looking at there is probably like them getting a good deal on the studio itself because they don't have any body of work.
Seeing the
there,
potential
and
scooping them up quick.
Exactly.
Yeah. With that chick being like just the assistant for Amy Hennig and stuff, like I feel like this is the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
but remember,
if
this
you
is
wait
not
for
them
her
answering
to
back to Xbox, y'all.
I'm just saying, if you wait on them to drop a banger and then buy them, your price is going to get exponentially steeper. You know what I mean?
And plus, it doesn't hurt to be like, yeah, we acquired a new studio. You know what I'm saying? Like it never looks bad unless you're Xbox and everyone hates you. But like it never looks bad to be like, yo, we got a new studio. We're gonna be pumping some new games for you guys. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not a bad look for Sony, and it's kind of a low risk thing for Sony because they can always just be like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, good question, Joey.
Thank you, Joey. Drive by.
All right, moving on.
All right.
TeamSpeak Dog is.
And now we're moving on to the listener questions.
We got Jonathan Oman here. He says, thoughts on Elden Ring, as well as what do you think should be the next AAA game? What do you think should be the next AAA game franchise should be?
What?
And what do you think the next big one should be?
Okay. What series should receive attention for the next stage of gaming? For me, it's Tenchu. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
I've talked about that in the past.
Are we specifically talking about what's the next like AAA like from software game, or just the next big AAA thing in general? Because like
Harry Potter.
I say we go Soulsborne, like from software type game. What should be the next big one to go?
I want Sekiro too. That's what I want. Personally, I found Sekiro to be a lot more challenging than Elden Ring, and I found it like I like that you have to rely on the weapon it gives you, and not like there's no like spammy way to get through it. Like
there's no out.
There's no out with Sekiro, and I really like that it makes you learn the mechanics. Like you have to once you learn the mechanics of Sekiro, it might be the easiest from software game, but you have to learn a whole new way to play. You can't just roll dodge through the whole game. You have to learn how to do the counters and stuff that it wants you to learn. I don't know. It's a great game, and I would love a sequel because it's super original, compared to the other ones, but also has that same vibe as the other ones,
Yeah. I think it's a 10 out of 10, and I want the Harry Potter from software game.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Yeah, Elden Ring, definitely 10 out of 10.
Also, can't wait
talked about it ad
for
nauseum.
Star Wars 2. Fallen Order 2 is going to be good, I'm sure. You know
what
I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Okay. We got Zach Parton here. He says, is it too late to get into League of Legends?
It's never too late.
It's not too late.
I have never played League in my life.
Phoenix answered the question for us. He says, I know the question is for the boys, but my personal answer is no, it's not at all too late, but the degree of verbal abuse you'll experience is a newbie will rival 2000's Xbox Live.
But that like situation though, it doesn't matter if you would have started like literally 8 years ago. It was the same. Like no matter what, like League of Legends people are assholes. But you know, just say if you want to get real what's the word for it? I guess strat-like in a game, then go for it. You know,
sweaty.
Get sweaty, dude.
Real sweaty.
Yeah, I say go for it. It's fun. It's a fun game if you don't let the haters hate. But anyways,
it's fun if you ain't got a bitch in your ear.
Yes.
Okay, we got Cody Goolsby here. He says, with all the hype around Hogwarts Legacy, what house are y'all?
Man, that's a tough one.
You know, when I was in high school, I wanted to say I was a Ravenclaw because I felt like I was just this smart, pretentious fucking asshole. But, like,
wait, what? Hold up.
I really think, you know, in my adult years, I'm more of a Hufflepuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know enough about the different, like, houses. All I know is Gryffindor is dope, and then Slytherin's a bitch. Like, and they're assholes. So, like, I always just assumed Hufflepuff was just like, Drive-By Joe, I finally won. Hell yeah, Drive-By Joe. And there's many more wins to come. No, but yeah, I always thought Hufflepuff was like the, like, you know, whatever, no one really gives a fuck. And then I thought the other one, what's the other?
Ravenclaw.
They
bro.
just sound cool, I guess, but like they never done nothing.
Okay, so Ravenclaw is like the smart, studious class, right?
Okay.
Hufflepuff is just like the want to have a good time. They just want to kick back and hang out, you know? Gryffindor is like the courageous,
leaders.
Like, you know, leaders, take initiative type class. And then the Slytherins are like, it's not necessarily like scumbags and shit, but most of the scumbags just happen to fall into Slytherin, like, you know.
Well,
like,
yeah, but isn't it like a long line of like, you know,
I mean, Voldemort.
Like there's like attributes that like make you a Slytherin that are like good attributes technically, like they you know, like honor and, you know, nobility and shit like that, you know what I mean? But it's
and
like
a snake tongue.
But you know, most of the bad guys tend to fall into those, you know, attribute classes.
For sure. Is
know?
there a good guy in you know, Slytherin?
In
Salazar.
Yeah, Salazar, the founder of Slytherin, was a good guy.
I thought he was a hater too, didn't he?
You know, fucking Snape ended up being kind of a good guy at the end of the day, and he was a Slytherin.
But he was also a dick, though.
Yeah, he was also a dick. You know.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
You know, actually, a lot of the like kids ended up like from Slytherin. Like Malfoy turned a leaf kind of by the end of the last book.
Whoa,
and
spoilers.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, like, you know, a lot of
seen Harry Potter by now.
A lot of the kids that were kind of bullies ended up doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they had to turn it around. Same with the Dudley kid.
We just got a question through the live feed. Jessica said, "What's y'all's take on the new Gran Turismo 7 compared to the older ones?" I
haven't played any of them.
Yeah, I can't compare one. Last time I played a Gran Turismo was over 10 years ago, and I don't remember it accurately enough.
Same.
So I can't even give a good comparison.
But I guess I can't. You can't be Gryffindor. I don't know. We got to go back to this because
I always chose Gryffindor as a little kid growing up with Harry Potter.
I'm a Hufflepuff, I think.
I want to be a Gryffindor, but I know I'm not that guy. I'm not. You know,
you're not
I'm
that
not
guy.
Harry. I'm not that guy, pal. You know, like, so I'm actually like.
I think,
you know,
I would put you in Ravenclaw if I was the Sorting Hat.
That sounds about right.
Because you're a studious guy and you like to fix Game Boys up and you're like into doing stuff, you know, like you get stuff done. You know?
But I'm not a main like dude. You know what I'm saying? As a kid, I always wanted to be like, yeah, I'm the main character.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But like now I'm just like, I don't give a fuck. Like I kind of just want to be off building Game Boys.
Like let straight up an NPC now.
Yeah, dude, I would love being an NPC, like the guy who's just like the blacksmith, like off to the side, and you know, you never really have to deal with shit except for just making cool weapons and stuff all day. You know, but like that's how I feel. So I'll take Ravenclaw.
Main character brings back some broken shit to you. God damn it.
My life sucks. No, but anyways, yeah, thanks for that question. Good question.
Okay. We got one more from DL Shiver here. He says, impressions on the gameplay trailer for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm sure you've already talked about it at this point. Yeah, looks fucking awesome.
It looks dope.
Really,
Yes.
really good. I'm
Yes.
super excited to get my hands on it. Probably my most hyped game right now, you know?
Yeah.
Well, Rocky said Gran Turismo feels more refined to the same game, and I mean it ought to be. It's the next installment. It needs
Rocky Demise, how do you feel about the whole like, drama around Gran Turismo
Yeah, all the
as someone who's
paywall stuff, yeah.
playing it? Yeah, like,
Do you feel like it's too invasive with the microtransactions?
you feel like you're getting ripped?
paywalls. No.
Yeah. Was that the last question, Brent?
Yeah, that's the last question.
All right. So since that was the last question, we normally round out the show with Brent's hardcore super drinking game challenge or whatever. But this week we're not going to do that. But that's because Brent's coming back next week with something that will blow your mind.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say the whole reason I told you about that before the show
'cause
was
he
so we
couldn't think
just could skip this whole conversation.
I'm doing this on purpose.
Yeah, that's so great of you.
No, I
You
just
better
fucking-
fucking show up next
Yeah.
week.
I mean, I had something, I just
No,
didn't like it. Fucking
no, we're just-
thanks a lot.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
Chill.
oh, great joke. I'll just not fucking, yeah.
Brent's actually serious. Okay. All right. But anyways, so oh wait, hold on. I was waiting for Rocky Demise, but he said from sport I would do daily workouts and get a free car each day that way. But the roulette wheel is straight up rigged. Nearly always get worst credits possible.
Well, yeah, they want you to keep playing it
Yeah.
and grinding
And spending money.
Yeah.
Spending that real money. Dude, just shell out the $40.
yeah, it's just a
Just
it's
get
just
that
a virtual
get that
car,
extra
man.
car, dude.
Just make sure you get the NFT.
Oh, if it ain't got the NFT, it ain't worth it though. No, but thanks for being here, Jessica, Rocky, Drive By, Chris, everybody else who stopped by, Drive By Joe. I don't know if I mentioned it.
PSVR.
Yeah, PSVR multiplayer. Everybody who came and hung out with us for today's show. And we love y'all. But remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on YouTube, twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast. We got Facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show or in the the live chat, wherever, and we will, answer those questions and speak with you. Check out our video content later. We put up a full video on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AlJaffer Brent at Brent has one. That's the number one, and Devin at Devondrius. And also check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. We're going on there. I'm just gonna batten down the hatches or whatever the phrase is, and
Pump out some content.
yeah, I'm gonna start putting stuff on there. So because we've
Can
let
I
it
put
go
some
for
selfies on there?
Okay, we've decided we're not going to the Instagram. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're gonna do the Instagram for